Do you want to can you guess what I titled it?
Something might have something to do with Ole Miss. I don't know.
No,
just for me. No. Okay.
No, I said
Bourbon.
Bourbon Brothers.
Bourbon is made in Tennessee with Chris and Connor.
It can be.
Ben 605.
It certainly can be, but
I wonder how people are gonna go, you know what? It's not made there. It's not made there. I'm like, well,
it is.
You kind of get the joke of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to, before we get started, because this is a random pop up. You guys, with y'all's work schedules, and it's kind of like last minute, like, because I've been trying to fit it in, on Sundays.
All right. He's been talking about it. Every time I see you, which you see him more than I get to see you, and I've been like, absolutely. You commented something on Facebook the other day. I'm like, as soon as I get somebody hired, we'll come on.
Hey, Brandon, what up, dude? What up, Brandon? My metaverse brother. So I've been in the metaverse. Y'all know that. No, I just with y'all's work schedule and stuff, and I kind of got to where I was talking to Chris a little bit, and I was like, "Can I do a freestyle, Sunday?" Because I work 10 hours on Sunday. Like I'm tired. I've been cleaning toilets all day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That would be the last thing that I would. Well, not the last thing that I would.
I literally got home at 7:45 and just been getting set up for us to roll. But we made this thing to kind of push ourselves. It's all of us pushing ourselves to put on more of a show. I mean, this is what we do, and then tell stories. And I actually did, before we really kicked the thing off, I was like, let me kind of dive in a little bit. So I was doing an audible book called The History of Bourbon.
Okay.
And I was trying to get into it, and they start talking about, beer and stuff. But anyways, guys, the title of this show is Bourbon is Made in Tennessee with Chris and Connor. They taught me that. Ben 605. Please like this our page. Share it if you can. Send some comments our way, and we're about to get the show kicked off.
That's right.
If you want to buy any merchandise to help this podcast, it's Crawfish and Beer. And we're going to drop the sweet intro for y'all, and we'll see you shortly.
I got the yellow ribbon. So, it's okay. How many times did you sit back just relaxing? Understand movements coming in, yeah, we got the packs in. I don't really want to see no more traffic. Last pack just came in, let's get it out quick.
I had a hard
Wanna be okay, wanna be alright.
Where's that number?
Wanna see the world.
Yeah, no, it's been a long day. I mean, I love it. I've been cleaning toilets since I was 19. Been having my commercial cleaning business, but it just wears on you. But that's what I'm saying. So I kind of like doing the Sunday, getting off, because it's one of them pushes. You're like, shit, do I really want to? Can I do it? Are we gonna have good stories? Are we gonna? I mean, if your Ole Miss baseball team won because they wore the same jerseys.
Yeah, hey, if it ain't broke, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely have to be the first to say congratulations to the men's baseball team for completing just an unreal story. Somebody's going to write a book about it, and it's going to be great. But first championship for that school in a long time in a major sport, of course. So
let's go into. All right, hold on. Click this, guys. Y'all already been on once. Let's state who are you? Let's go with you, Chris, first.
My name is Chris Smith. I work at Ben 605 Fine Wine and Spirits. Originally from Jackson, Mississippi. Been living down here in the Gulf Coast for almost 4 years, and definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made, I think, as far as relocation.
Okay.
Love it down here on the coast.
When you level yourself as in the bourbon world, or who's better, who's stronger?
Oh, no doubt. I can't. I thought we discussed that last time.
I know. I just want you to say it.
It's really nice to hear.
I'm. You said earlier before. Experts. Bourbon experts. I'm like, I would like to be able to call myself that one day. I'm still learning every single day, but I wouldn't consider myself an expert. Now, this guy's got 2 decades.
And who are you?
Yeah, and I'm Connor Schwartz. I'm the manager at Ben 605 down here in Gulfport, Mississippi. I've been in the alcohol business since 2004. Certified sommelier, or certified WSET.
What is a sommelier?
Sommelier pretty much means I'm a professional wine taster. Professional. Okay. It's more in the service industry side, and I kind of abandoned getting the certifications, going to advanced and master if I was ever fortunate enough and lucky enough to be that talented. but it's all for the service industry, and I'm more on the wholesale side of it. I'm to consumer on the off premise, where being a sommelier means working in the on premise, where you're allowed to drink on the premises. It's how it's kind of separated.
That sounds like fascinating jobs you'll have, though. And I say this with all the love and respect, because I go see y'all. Y'all right down the road from me. I'm Gulfport for life. Shout out to Gulfport. But I go see y'all, and y'all are such a fun duo. You. And y'all have that very different style, because y'all both like different bourbons. Y'all like different wines, and that's
right.
I mean, y'all have like when I ask him for something, you're in the other way too, and it's cool. It's I mean, I get two flavors.
I'm real big on telling people everybody has their own palate. Yep. I try not to bash other products that I may not like or find to be
pleasurable,
not enjoyable for myself. Just because I don't enjoy it doesn't mean you don't enjoy it. So. And also, I never know what I'm going to be selling. So it's one day you're not selling that product, next day you are, and you don't want to look at somebody and say, well, yeah, I don't really like it. But that's just not good sales. You want to be able to promote everything, because, again, all the things that I personally love and like, that's why I like talking to the customer and find out what do you like, what taste, what flavors are you going for? Because it's going to open up all the possibilities of finding exactly what you need.
Yep.
What if I come in and say, I just want to drink whiskey and Coke? What's up? We're going with this, guys.
Man, absolutely.
What
you want?
I mean, yeah, I've done a few. I started with the whiskey and Coke, or whiskey and Jim Beam is kind of my go-to if I want to, because every now and then, every 6 months, I buy from y'all like a whiskey, like a Jim Beam and Coke. That's always like, that's fun, but also I have this different palate, like Long Branch, of course, y'all know I love Long Branch, and I used to love Eagle Rare before all the Facebook dads. Let's talk about this right now. All you Facebook dads with these bourbon groups, stop driving up the prices. Don't collect them. If you're not drinking them, let somebody else drink them. Okay.
Hey, man, that's, like we talked about last time with
Facebook dads.
When Connor went to Buffalo Trace and got a tour from the great Freddie Johnson. He that's one of his main things that he says is, there's always going to be new barrels of whiskey that are being produced.
Yeah.
So to buy a case of whiskey and sit it in your closet, I mean, you can totally do that if you feel like it. But it's in our honest and humble opinion, it's taken away from other folks that could be trying.
I was paying $27 for Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
And that's what it should still be. But the glass ceiling has yet to be found on bourbon.
Yep.
Bourbon sales just started to explode back in 2006. That was when things really started heating up with back in 2006, had Pappy on the shelf, had Blanton's on the shelf, had Old Forester birthday bourbon on the shelf. All these things were on the shelf and readily available. And then all of a sudden, people started finding out how fantastic they were. It
started when people started growing beards. Yeah. Let's all admit it started with the hipsters. And they started growing beards, and then they got bourbon collections, and then they started buying. Because I see these bourbon collections, and nobody really sips the bottles.
Mm-hmm.
And I also don't like when people do where they reuse the bottle.
Oh yeah, that's trash.
Give it away or throw it away.
Yeah. Well,
make a lamp out of it.
Yeah.
Do something artistic with it, but don't refill it with sweet tea or some inferior bottle.
Guys, you know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna call you right now. I'm on the Facebook dad, the bourbon pages. I get to see all y'all's crazy collections. Like, I'd rather y'all do Star Wars. I mean,
and I can understand people collecting. Like when you find that one bottle of bourbon that you just fall in love with, and you just want to always have a bottle. But the problem is, you need to be able to share it too.
Yeah.
And, there is nothing like, cracking open that special bottle with somebody that they've never had it before, or they've always been looking for it, and you get to share that moment and that experience. It's enjoyable to me. And so if you're, I'm still kind of iffy on people. People will buy extra so they can trade. Oh, this is a hard to get whiskey, and I can buy 2 of them. Maybe I can trade this with somebody for some, another product that's equally as hard to get. That's a gray line for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, and I don't want to, rain on people's parades, but that's why it's so hard to find stuff when you walk into a store. I love being able to put what's referred to as allocated whiskeys on the shelf. Nothing makes me happier. The problem is when people come in, they see that allocated whiskey. First question isn't how much is it, it's how many can I buy?
Yeah.
And
you have one bottle of Blanton's?
So,
You have another.
and y'all know I've been in y'all's store a good bit, and I always, if there's a bunch of bottles, I usually get 2, but I never, I mean, I think one time I got 3, but that's when I was the only person drinking Long Branch.
sure.
I was like the only person in that store drinking Long Branch.
But also though, we come over here and we hang out with you, we get to do things like this. I don't see bottles of bourbon stacked up and hidden.
No.
Because wait, now you're doing what you're supposed to, in my opinion, and drinking them. And I do the same thing. Right now, I honestly have 2 backup bottles, and I've never done backup bottles before. But I had the opportunity to be able to get one, and I paid retail in another state to get these backup bottles. So I'm not taking away stuff from my customers, because that's one of the other big problems with, especially these days, from talking to my brokers and reps. Mississippi is 40% down this year on getting special allocated whiskeys. They're sending less and less to Mississippi and sending more and more to other states with larger markets.
So let's get in this real quick before we get diving in this. What am I drinking on right now? Because I didn't even take a sip of it yet. I was kind of waiting to cheers with y'all.
So this is, like you said, unless it's something that you really love and enjoy and you want to hoard, your favorite thing. This is one of my favorite bourbons.
Or if you're one of the Facebook groups that are watching this right now, if you want to share this page, we'll raffle this. We'll give this away. You can fill it up with Kool-Aid if you want.
I'm sure they have. I mean, it's definitely not the same like acclaim that Blanton's or Eagle Rare, a lot of other great names have, but it's Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel.
So we got this right here, though. Let me cut you off. Let's go to your list. So, hi guys. Chosen of Chaos. Chosen, am I saying it right? Yeah. Veronica Weaver. What up, boys?
Cheers,
Veronica. Cheers,
Kenneth Collins.
Kenneth.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Cheers, hotty toddy.
Hotty toddy.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, guys. We're having a good. This could be a good night.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks again for having us. We haven't. Neither of us have stopped talking about the chance that we had last year.
Yeah,
getting to come on and do this. And it's because it's just fun to sit and talk. These are the things that we're really passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with y'all.
There's only so many hours in the day.
I was looking for a good conversation tonight because that's what I enjoy. I love hearing y'all's story. And I know y'all work really hard in this industry, and I always find myself, I learn a lot from y'all. But that's y'all's trade.
Mm-hmm. And I'm drinking something different than you two.
Okay, well, you didn't want to share with us. You came on my show.
Oh yeah, well that's why I brought the whole bottle with me.
Okay. Show that up on this screen right here.
Yeah. Handy and Schiller. So this is a pre-made cocktail that I bought at Buffalo Trace Distillery when I went last year when I did our Buffalo Trace barrel pick. You can only get this at the distillery from what I understand, and it's an old fashioned made with Buffalo Trace. And I've been sitting on this bottle for over a year. Hadn't had a reason to really want to.
Are you going to propose to me?
Oh, heck no.
Okay.
I propose that you put this in your glass.
I propose that you enjoy it with us. But no, I wanted to do something a little milder because I didn't want to get too crazy, end up puking in the front yard.
So last time we did it, we drank, and I didn't eat anything that day, and we were all drinking. I didn't eat one thing, and I threw up after the show.
I mean, we killed a bottle of whiskey in 45 minutes and then got into a second one.
Almost two.
Well,
bottles
allegedly, because Chris, your mom's watching right now. Hey, Miss Mary.
Hey, Mom. Hey, what's the name of this podcast called again?
Kathy and Susie's Kids.
That's right.
Yeah, it is definitely dedicated to our mothers out there. Shout out to all the moms in this world.
That's right.
Woo, woo.
Let's go into. All right. So we got this bourbon thing. I was going through that history of the bourbon book. And, it started like as a medicine, and then it was for social reasons because it opens up that conversation.
That's it.
And you're supposed to only drink it. Now, sometimes I drink it with a lot of water. Depends on the bourbon I drink. It depends on.
Well, you were talking about bourbon and Coke earlier. And I mean, I'm a Southern boy. That's what got me into drinking. I enjoyed Jack and Coke, Jim and Coke. And one of the better whiskeys now of this day, the Elijah Craig. When I started drinking Elijah Craig, it was $13.99 a bottle, and I had no qualms whatsoever mixing with Coke. It was 94 proof. It had a lot going on, and so a $13-14 bottle, it wasn't hurting my pocketbook to mix it with Coke, and it wasn't unreal. Now that same bottle is $31.99 20 years later. And now I only want to drink it straight or over ice. It's going to be neater on the rocks, maybe a splash of water, but I don't want to mix it with Coke anymore, even though I sometimes really crave it. And when I do, I have no problem still going back to that, but I'm just not going to make a bender of it, and drink 30 of them.
I want to be honest with you. If I don't really care for certain palettes of like bourbons, I will drink it with Coke just because I'm aggravated.
I mean, and again, like we said last time,
it,
drink it how you want to.
No,
don't apologize about it.
Well, I haven't done this. So Jesse, shout out to Hill Tree Marketing, Jesse Hill, an amazing guy. He brought a bottle. There's still a little bit left. I'll let my stepdad try some, but he brought a bottle of Sinatra Select.
Yeah,
nice.
And I bought a bottle, but way before, a couple years ago, and I just didn't care for it. This did go around. I did. It was better. I don't know what it was better this time, but I just was so aggravated. I paid $180 for this bottle, and I just drank it with Coke. I was like a glory fly. It was just like a souped up Jack Daniels, and I'm like, I'm so mad. I'm thinking, it's $180.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was the Sinatra Select. That was the 90 proof offering. Jack Daniels originally was 90 proof.
Yeah.
Over the last 25 years, they've watered it down. They went from 90 to 86 and 86 to 80.
No, yeah.
And that's what Frank
standard.
Sinatra liked to drink, though. He was drinking the 90 proof stuff. And suddenly they watered it down just to, again, turn a profit. We were talking about materialism before the show started, and they just wanted to make more money without having to really put more into it.
Well, you get like a club card and all this stuff. Guys, in this chat, if you're listening, you'll go ahead and comment. What's y'all's favorite bourbon? I mean, I can tell you right now, mine is 100% Long Branch. Shouldn't even tell y'all that.
Wild Turkey Long Branch.
Shouldn't even tell you that.
And that's, and that's kind of one of the things that we were talking about, or I wanted to get into was, that there's so many people that go around to every liquor store and they're just trying to find, all the rare gems or the unicorns of the world and everything. And it's hard. It's frustrating if you're going to do that route, but if you got the money to do that, go for it. But there's so many other great options that are out there that are affordable and easier to find. And if we can even possibly sway somebody to try something brand new that they might fall in love with, that's makes my day that much better.
So we got Ryan Anderson said, is that what OF 1920? Hurry up and pop that one. Best every day. Best every day. Readily available drinker.
That's why
readily available drink. Okay.
Yeah.
Better than Bland's. I'm dyslexic, so I'm gonna really mess up a lot of things.
No, you're good.
Okay. Melissa says, I'm not a bourbon lover, but I have finally discovered a beer I like. Okay, respect it. What beer is that?
Hey, it's all about trying new things.
Knob Creek. I am, and I actually, when it comes to rye, besides that one rye that John Kensel, shout out to Drinks.
Shout out, John.
Whatever that rye.
That was offering we have at the store, Rye 3.
I don't. One of my favorite ryes are the Knob Creeks.
Mm-hmm.
They're tasty.
Knob Creek's original rye was one of the first ryes that it's 100% rye. A lot of times whenever you're distilling rye whiskeys, you're only seeing 85, 90, 90%, 95% because they're cutting it with either corn or wheat or something just to kind of tone down that spice level just a hair. But Knob Creek, they went all in for it, and I respect the hell out of them for it because it is a tasty beverage. It's just something that spice and the fact that it's 100 proof, because you kind of get that bottle and bond effect. It's got a sturdiness to it, and it's easy to drink. It mixes well. It's good with a cigar if that's your thing.
9-year age statement.
I mean, I don't know.
100 proof. It's good stuff.
I like a cigar, but sometimes with a good bourbon, you never know. I might accidentally smoke a cigarette.
Hey, whatever makes you happy, brother.
Nah, I don't well, maybe I do. I don't know. You'll never know. I'm going to hide all my secrets from you. Yeah, I think the way you look at the bourbon industry, you see so many different drinks. I think that's incredible because a lot of people don't know, like what's that one that it's the Manhattan the bottles, Slow and Low, Rockin' Rye. That's actually not a bad one.
From Hochstadter. Yeah, that's it.
And then like the Mr. Boston Rockin' Rye had the little sliver of lemon peel in the bottom of the bottle that always gave it that good fresh statement. That's kind of what I'm drinking here. Is just something that's a barrel aged cocktail that's thrown in a bottle. It's good to go. I don't have to do anything with this, and I can thoroughly enjoy it. It's got a little touch of sweetness to it, but you still really get the whiskey.
I wanted to bring it here to enjoy because he's been sitting on it. And he's been looking for a good reason to open it up.
Like I said, it's story.
Is this a special day?
It's always a special day. It's really special for him with Ole Miss. But no, it's just before we came over, when we were trying to look at both of our collections that we have and go, okay, what the hell do we want to bring over this time? So I didn't want to bring anything over that people will be like, hey, I've been looking for that.
Right.
Wait a minute. So what was that?
Oh, there's a few. There's a few.
Only if you beat me, but no, I'm not gonna make you do that. But I have some Colonel Taylors that I was still sitting on for the past couple of years, and some Weller products, I'll say.
Is it green label or red label or what?
It's got a label on it.
Black label?
It's got a label on it.
There's a black label one for sure, and a blue label one.
So me and my buddy Brandon, we will plug you on the show if you have any business or whatever. Plug your business in here. But Brandon Atwell, he has the Murky Waters, and I think I got him the green label from John's.
And I remember you said that last
or more
time.
the red label. I don't know. He got one of us got the red and green label, and then we sat there. We sat here and we took them and we just mixed them.
Yeah.
And we just mixed them.
So there's this thing. It's called the Poor Man's Pappy. Ryan Anderson actually knows the exact recipe for that. That's watching the podcast. But as we take certain Wellers, you add them together, and it makes the Poor Man's Pappy Van Winkle. I think it's a combination of the 12 and the 107. He puts X amount of one bottle, X amount of the other, and that creates the Poor Man's Pappy.
I had Pappy's.
That's as close as you could get.
I had Pappy's like 3 weeks ago. At Mr. Ivan Spinner, shout out to the Marina Cantina family, and we're at his son's birthday party at his house, and he has a bottle, and me and Eric's the GM over there in Ocean Springs, and he's like, come here, let's have a glass. And I'm like, all right, because I mean Ivan's a Tito's guy. Like Ivan drinks, he's Tito's, and I like Pappy, like I do, but
I'll Tito's and Sprite all day.
But there's some drinks out like there, like I can't justify the prices.
Right.
For sure.
You can catch a good deal on them. Believe for you, great. It's gotten so hard to find that good deal. The best advice I can give anybody, go to Costco. Costco puts allocated whiskeys on the shelf. The closest one we have to us is over in New Orleans. There's also the one in Alabama and in Mobile, I believe, but Costco will outright put on the shelf, and you can get it for $75, about 150, whatever MSRP is. I think the last time I saw Pappy 15 bottle cost, and this is gonna just wreck everybody that pays the secondary market. Bottle cost on 15-year-old Pappy Van Winkle is $115 a bottle. So when you're seeing that bottle going on online, secondary market, you're seeing $1,500, $2,000, $1,000 for something that retail should be $175 to $200 if you're trying to stick it to the man.
And then you've got people that'll go around and try to find an entire case, and
that's what I was saying. Like I started seeing these people that got into because you can sit on bourbons and make money with it. And that's what it started happening. Just like all these video game systems, people are trying to find extra ways to make money. It just makes me sad sometimes when I see these people that I can tell they don't drink bourbon and they have bourbons. Yeah. And then when they try to talk to me about bourbons, and I'm like, I don't know much about bourbons, but I can tell you never had a sip of bourbon.
There's, those people that go around anytime. I mean, I'm not a big gamer. I used to be, big in, I was playing a lot of PlayStation 2 before when that was the mainstream. But there's so many new consoles and everything, but there's people that go out there and buy the brand new consoles and then just go out in front of the people that are in the line that are waiting to go buy the same product, and they just take a hammer or sledgehammer to it and break it,
or instantly put it on eBay.
Right. But some people get that joy of saying, I'm just going to literally go over here and smash this. I mean, there's crazy people in this world, but to each their own. Everybody's Everybody's got their own walk.
For that, for them people, I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink with them anyways.
Well, they probably wouldn't drink with you because they're sitting in there and got all their bourbon in their closet. They don't look.
Yeah,
we look for a reason to actually pop stuff open.
So Ryan just said Weller 12, 40%, and OWA. What?
Weller Antique. That's
excuse me.
no, it's not OFC. It's Weller Antique. It's the red label Weller.
Okay. See, I don't even know that. I just
everybody uses acronyms.
Weller
these
107.
days.
Yes, the red label that you.
Like Colonel Taylor, EH Taylor. So you'll just see EHT,
BP,
ER for Eagle Rare, BL for Blanton's, PVW, Pappy Van Winkle. It's
Eagle Rare, ER.
damn.
Yeah,
So
it's just shortened.
People just don't want to say the words anymore.
Right. Yeah, it's like whenever you get the
LOL.
HBD.
We're getting so close to Idiocracy. It's crazy.
Oh God, I love that. I love
going from a good movie to a documentary.
Yeah, no. I got into bourbons because I forgot what there's one of them Netflix series that was like in the early 2000s, like I think 12, 13, 14. Probably 14, I think. I don't know. They had this one documentary and it was just about the single barrels. And I was like, I didn't at the time, I didn't have I guess I'd play video games, but I didn't really know anything about bourbons. And I just remember going in like to Jonathan Mazzano's. And this is right peak of like, he had that wine little place. And then I was like, I don't know anything about bourbons. And this is when he really started getting into single barrels. And I do get some single barrels.
Oh yeah.
And I was
They're
like,
amazing.
Yeah. And he goes, hey man, he goes, what's your palate? I was like, I don't know, dude. I know my budget's about $200-$300 this go around. He's like, all right, I'll put your box together. I'm like, thank you. And even to this day, I go see his mom or dad. They kind of already know what I drink. And Jonathan definitely knows what I drink. And
absolutely. And he's really good at what he
does.
does.
I have learned more about Bell Mead's a Knoll. Like he always has these weird bourbons, and we're talking Four Roses. Like I didn't really know what a single barrel Four Roses was until I started getting like 2 or 3 of his.
Right, because they have 10 different yeast strains that go along with 10 different mash bills. So I mean, every one of their single barrels can be 100% different than the other. But they also follow the same kind of flavor profile, but there's just different nuances depending on how they're aged, which rick house they're aged in. Because I mean, these master distillers have it that dialed in to where they know if they want to get this kind of flavor profile, they need to put it in this particular rick house on this floor because it gets X amount of sunlight, X amount of hot days, cold days. Like Buffalo Trace, they actually steam heat their rick houses during the winter because they discovered that whiskey becomes dormant once it gets under 46 degrees Fahrenheit. So in the winter months in Kentucky gets cold, they get tons of snow up there to where if your rick house, because most of these rick houses are uninsulated buildings, they are just wood and brick and mortar, have windows, and the lower floors have bars on them to keep people from stealing barrels. But most of them are just completely empty buildings with little to no electricity. And Harlan Wheatley,
that's what it's there for.
Harlan Wheatley, the master distiller of Buffalo Trace, has just really gotten into the science of it. He figured out all the Blantons comes from one specific rick house on the property. And so he got in, he broke down, and he figured out exactly what made that rick house special, and he's recreated it. And to where because he's trying to produce more blends. He hates hearing that I can't get my favorite whiskey because it sells out so quick, and they send a lot to Japan. And then we have, like we were talking about, the people that hoard it and all. But he's trying to figure out a way to get more into the market without losing quality and without it degrading in any way, shape, or form. And so these master distillers, they know where they can go on their property to get a specific type of mouthfeel, nose, aroma.
What's the turnaround time?
Anywhere from 4 years to 30 years. One of the things that Freddie told me when I was doing the tour is the average master distiller only sees 2 of his 3 maturation, full level maturation in his bills. They typically get to lay down 3 full cycles.
Can you explain that word to me?
What maturation?
Yeah.
Just letting the bourbon naturally mature to get to the flavor profile they want. Buffalo Trace, I know I'm talking about them a lot, but it's just they went so in depth with everything on that tour, and I learned so much. They have 4 different mash bills, and mash bill 1 is Buffalo Trace, it's Blanton's, it's Eagles Rare, it's Weller. It encompasses 5 or 6 of their whiskeys. Mash bill 2 is their higher rye portion, so that's going to have the Thomas Handys, the OWA, the E.H. Taylors, and so on and so forth, to where they know if I want to lay this mash bill down on this part of the, because they're sitting on 300-400 acres of property, when have all these buildings designed to age these whiskeys.
Got a lot of space.
And it's just crazy because they've been doing it for so long. But typically, because like one of the products that they make, you can get Double Eagle is just been released, and that's 20-year-old Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare, normal Eagle Rare is a 10-year age statement.
Yeah.
So this is Double Eagle,
and
20 years.
You're going to pay $500 to $1,000 for it if you get it. But the thing is, after that whiskey barrel is aged for 20 years, whiskey barrel is 53 gallons. By the time you hit that 20-year maturation, you're talking anywhere between 3 to 5 gallons of whiskey is all that is left.
That's
What's the price going on that right now?
a Double Eagle. That would,
I think suggested retail from Buffalo Trace is $1,800, so it'd probably be $5,000 to get your hands on a bottled secondary market. 25-year-old Pappy from the distillery was a $1,500 cost. Suggested retail $5,000.
So what about so Ryan Anderson's in here? Seems like he knows a lot.
Ryan's great people, man.
He's one of my
awesome
buds.
dude.
And yeah, he's definitely majorly into the bourbon scene.
So he's like big.
I miss you, dude. Haven't seen.
Where's he live at?
He lives here in D'Iberville.
Okay.
Keep his profession to us. Like, he actually gave me this cup that I brought along for Christmas this past year, and he's one of the most generous people I know. He buys good whiskey,
But he's not the guy that goes and buys all the stuff up.
No, not at all.
Even if he does, he's gonna pop it open and share it with you,
or he's gonna give it away.
Or yeah, I mean he's an awesome dude.
Yeah, and there's gonna the thing is there's more distillers coming out. We did what was it, a low cut or whatever? We did that. You said a little skit we did with that above the cut.
Oh yeah, the cut above.
The cut above. Yeah. We did that. Joe Rogan.
I'm glad y'all liked that, man.
It was really good.
Good.
Yeah,
and keeping it local.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every year more and more distilleries are popping up and getting off the ground. The last time we were on, we brought that Bardstown Bourbon Fusion. That's what we killed so quickly. They're just now, next year, I think they're going to release their own personal bourbon that they haven't done yet. Something that I'm really proud of. Cathead this year, they're releasing, they're starting to do a barrel program, and they're releasing cast strength. Cathead is made 100% here in Mississippi. Just like Critton is.
You got to sell me though. I'll be honest with you. The Old Soul or one of theirs, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. And see, that's why we passed on getting a barrel this go round.
Yeah.
Just because because I love what they've done up there. And again, like we were talking earlier, I don't want to sell anything to somebody that they don't like. And Old Soul has come a very long way. Once we have 100% their product, I will 100% bring a bottle over just to see if it can change your mind a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not saying it was bad. I just rather stick with their honeysuckle vodka.
Yeah,
dude.
And hey,
that's
probably one of the best vodkas around. And if you want to do it with a splash of water, or when people tell me all the time, like, what kind of vodka do you like? I was like, do you want a little flavor in your vodka?
A little bit.
That honeysuckle vodka is so insane.
Sweet. It is sweet. It's sweet. And there's a couple of different things that you can mix it with. But
lemonade's a really good mixer.
That's their number one. That was one of their number one sellers for a long time. And it's so good. I mean, and if you look at anything else on the market, there's no other honeysuckle flavor anything. And whenever I worked at up in Jackson Wine and Spirits in the Quarter on Lakeland Drive, where Connor also worked for a number of years, great people up there, great palates, and they had Cat had allowed all of our employees while I was still working there to take a tour of the facility and check out everything that their brand new building that they had just opened up in downtown Jackson. But what they told me was when they make their Cathead honeysuckle flavored vodka, what they do is there's a proprietary process that it takes to create the honeysuckle extract essentially. But what they said was there was over 50,000 honeysuckle blossoms or flowers that it takes to make a vial of extract the size of your pinky finger for every batch of that cat head honeysuckle. It's crazy. And
my parents used to have honeysuckle at their house, and I used to love getting off the school bus
so
and
good.
Honeysuckle's sick. So we got Ryan just jumped in and said, too kind. Not a bottle. I won't open a drink at not a bottle I won't open a drink at any time except the OF birthday bourbons. They know that bourbon is meant for drinking, not for collecting dust. That's why I like Ryan already.
Dude.
Kenneth said, Chris started me off on Woodford Reserve for my first whiskey tasting, and I still love it, which I love them too. I love them too. Like that's
I've got a funny little story about Woodford. This happened back 2003, 2004. Mississippi had just gotten Woodford Reserve. And at the time I was working at a liquor store in Hattiesburg, 27th Avenue package store.
We will plug you.
Absolutely. That's where I cut my teeth. That's where I found out I had a palate for these things. And when I was at 27th Avenue, I was a punk college kid that was working for beer money. I mean, I really wasn't responsible at all.
Cheers.
I was just, all I was doing was running and getting,
I'm almost done with this, sipping.
Trying to go to as many concerts and music festivals as I could possibly go to. Well, Woodford had just come out and I bought a pint of it and bought a 20-ounce Coke, and I had tickets to go to Voodoo Festival. It's like 2003, 2004.
I mean, it surprised me.
Yeah, give him the Manhattan, old fashioned, excuse me.
Excuse me.
And so I'm booking it down to New Orleans, got my pint, got my 20-ounce, and well, I start to get parched and I end up drinking my Coke before I get to the music festival. I get there, I turn and look, all I have is my big cup of ice, no soda, but this pint of whiskey. And I was like, well, mama didn't raise no quitter. Took a shot straight out the bottle. I'd never done that before. I kind of had eluded myself that I was classier than I thought, but I took a shot of the Woodford straight out of the bottle. And I went, throw a damn straw in this and be happy. And I just walked with my little pint up to the front gate to get in and go see, God knows who it was that year. But it was just that aha, I can drink this. I don't need anything with this. I don't need a mixer. I can perfectly enjoy it as it is. And it opened up a whole new world for me. Before that, it was drinking vodka. Like, all I drank was vodka tonics, Grey Goose or Absolute, whatever I could
Red
get my
Bull.
hands on. Oh, yeah.
You also had Ed Hardy clothes?
No, I didn't have the Ed Hardy clothes. They never looked right on me.
Glad I never went through that phase. That's just me personally.
I jumped so fast into the bourbon thing. As I said, like I know it was before my mattress store. So I know it was like 2014, 2013. I really dove into the single barrel scene and was able to latch on to Jonathan Mazzano, bring him up again. I mean, it's just the person I latched onto. And he didn't have like a big club of friends. He had respect for me. I had respect for him. Like the same thing as I come to y'all's place. I'm not gonna sit here and waste your time. Mm-hmm. Y'all know that. Like, exactly. Like if I tell you I'm feeling something, like I don't want to sit there unless we're just, which y'all always love spending time with me. But like, because I'd see Jonathan, a few times and people would go into, his establishment and they like talk to him forever and not even buy a bottle. And it's part of the job, but at the same time,
like that. But
if you're going to spend so much time, just trust the person that's there you're not trying to upsell them. You're trying to figure out what they want.
At the end of the day, I don't care how much money I'm making. We're going to make money. That's part of it. But the fact, if I don't have something, I'm quick to call Jonathan or I'll call Pauline at L&M. I'll call anybody around us to see if I can find what you're looking for. If I don't happen to have it or don't have a means of helping you get what you were looking for.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
I'm glad y'all are back. We're going to keep going, guys. And we are going to be diving into like TV shows, life, what's really going on in the government. No, we won't do that.
All the important things.
Yeah, just idiocracy is real.
Smoke Territons or you're a
no. What's if you're in the right move if you use electrolytes for your grass, guys. I think it makes Brondo. It makes your grass better. You don't need to use water. Use only electrolytes. This is something that I've learned. It works great.
Not sure.
I don't know. I mean, I look at this, that's another thing too, is what I enjoy about bourbons and social. It's definitely fun for telling stories, being sociable with people. You know, and it's something that we talk about every time on the show. It's, you know, our show's about mental health, and I don't steer from that at all.
That's the dangerous part of this business.
Yeah.
There are people that I see daily that I know that it's not their best decision to be coming into the store.
Yeah.
And some of these people, I can be honest with them and be like, hey, you know, are you okay? Do you need anything? And they respect that. And then there's other people that they'll get upset and I'll never see them again because how dare I?
Yeah.
But bottom line is, you know, we're selling a legal narcotic with alcohol. It is shoved down people's throats by advertising at a young age to where it's like, hey, you can do this. Everything else is so horrible. But this is okay. It's okay to do, especially if you're 21.
Especially if you're with friends, because that makes it everything better. But
this is a product that if you overdo it, it can kill you. It can make travel dangerous. But then there's the other parts of it that, I mean, it's kind of what I live and breathe on. We sell fun for a living. I see people on their best and their worst day. I see people when they're, you know, buying a graduation gift because their son or their daughter or their best friend just graduated med school, or, you know, just hit a milestone birthday. And then I see people that are, you know, celebrating the life of someone they just lost. They come in to buy their favorite bottle. I've had a lot of widows come in and say, I need this specific bottle. It's what my husband drank, and it's his birthday today, so I want to drink that. I want to remember him.
That's dope.
And so getting to share moments like that, but then also seeing the real when people come in and their hands are shaking, and it's because their body is required to have that alcohol now to keep functioning, and it's a sad thing to see. It's the part of the business we don't like to talk about, but I'm going to be real with you. If you ask, you know, what it's like doing what we do, 99.99% of it is fun. It's awesome. I got to go to a really dope wine dinner the other night and had a 5-course meal at the Palace with wine pairings. And it was all because I sell their wine at the store and they invited me. Sometimes we get cool little accessories if I get so much of a product to where I can either turn around and have a giveaway for the store, or I can reward a good employee with giving them giving them something that they worked hard for. And I can't really give them cash or extra hours or anything, but I can get this cool little perk and pass it on, and it just makes their day.
Well, you know, like I drink a good bit. I would say I drink a few days a week, you know, but I also drink a lot of fluids, and I take I take liver pills.
Having something on your stomach, that's key.
But I looked at when I looked around, you know, especially during when the pandemic and everything hit, like, I mean, where we live, there's so many people that drink, and it's if you open your eyes, you're like, I mean, you go to bars or whatever, we're all the coast. I mean, we fried foods and we're drinking.
It's cocktail culture. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm not knocking it. I do it.
Well, I mean, we're, like I said, you know, me being from Jackson, it's a different type of culture. We're down here. We're literally an hour's drive from Bourbon Street. Okay.
Yeah. I've slept on Bourbon Street. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be straight up about
but
in a hotel on Bourbon, or
Bourbon Street's kind of.
I fell asleep on right off of Bourbon Street. I drank like 3 or 4 hand grenades, or I don't know how many it was.
So much sugar.
And yeah, well, I mean, I like blacked out, and I had a room at the W, and I didn't make it to the room. But I mean, I slept for only a couple hours, and then I went to the room. But I've done that. Yeah.
Well, I think he mentioned Bourbon Street because Bourbon is just known for overconsumption.
Oh yeah.
Getting over the top. And
let me tell you something. If when I go to New Orleans, let me tell you something. I'm not going to go there and I'm not going there to get a postcard and walk around and smile. First thing I'm going to walk into, I'm an appetizer, get me a drink. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to have fun. And but also like, when I drink, and if I drink too much, I'm still trying to have fun.
Well, like for me, when I get to,
I might kiss you.
There's got to be a balance. It has to be a balance.
First line of duties when I get to New Orleans: park the car, find a drink, walk around, and people watch.
Explore.
That is some of the most fun things you can do in New Orleans without getting crazy. And then you have another drink and you start to get a little more crazy. But
Have you? I mean, like,
I've blacked out in New Orleans. I can't tell you how many times.
has anybody in this chat ever blacked out in New Orleans? Are we the only ones?
I don't know if my mom's still watching, but
it doesn't matter.
It don't matter. You're fine. It's allegedly.
There was one time where I was, like I said, I was probably, I was not of drinking age. There was only one friend that was with us, and there's, I guarantee you, nobody that I'm about to talk about on this story is listening to this podcast. But we drove after I got off of work at 9 p.m. at a local grocery store up there that I'd worked at for almost 10 years in Jackson. Me and 4 total people drove down to New Orleans, and one person was 21, so they were able to go in and buy all the drinks, and they came out and drove around and everything. But it was just, I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I definitely don't want to tell the second part of that story. But that
okay.
that was some hard. It was a really crazy time. But just that was definitely when gas was under $2 a gallon, so I could drive down to New Orleans for 3 hours and then drive back up again, no problem, and nobody would be any the wiser.
Well, if it makes you feel any better,
but that was a crazy.
I was 19. I started a Janney King franchise. Shout out to Tom Emmon. Respect. I was a young kid. But we have our franchise days, and at the time we were doing like the Hilton, New Orleans, and then we did the aquarium. And I don't know, nobody asked me anything, but you know, there's at the time. Well, now there's like beer tokens or cash bar, but back then when I started, so, you know, open bar and
coupons.
So I get there at the aquarium, and I'm just drinking with the owner. This is the first time I get to meet Tom. You know, like he owns like all the franchises. It's the Emmon Enterprises, and the commercial cleaning company that I'm a part of to this day.
Janney King,
very good family, the great people. I mean, even our team here. And we will plug if you need your building clean. Definitely, Janney King's a big part of my life. But Tom, I was sitting next to him, and I was like disrespecting this guy. He had like rings on his fingers, cigar smoking. I was having a drink with him. Well, all of a sudden I dropped the glass in the aquarium, and it just went off. Oh, I mean, I got another drink after that, but I was underage. I don't think Tom knew I was underage, but I was underage. And then I snuck in with some of the vendors that know everybody because they're all from New Orleans, and I'm going karaoke and stuff. So yeah, I definitely did underage. But I owned a company, so when I had all the badges,
you look legit.
Yeah, I'd have all the cards. Yeah, I mean, I'm owning. By then, I mean, I think if I can drink, if I have a headache of figuring out how to eat every week. For me, when I started my business, I didn't make a lot of money. So for me just to even have that, you know, having that weight on my chest of being with these people that all we're doing is trying to survive. And if you have confidence, shout out to Garrett Johnson, always says, but if you have confidence, you can walk in any room.
Garrett in the chat? Was that who?
He probably is.
Okay.
Or he's probably celebrating Ole Miss or something, or he's in the metaverse, or I mean, him and Matt are real big in Fortnite. So chosen of chaos, where are you from, dude? Like, where are you from? I know you and Connor are like best friends. Who are you? Who's this guy?
I need to see.
He's on Twitch. So he says, I've blacked out in New Orleans with Connor. Paul. It's Paul.
Oh, it's Paul Waldorf. Dude, Paul.
What's up, brother? Yeah, many. I've known Paul
great.
since I was 8 years old. Yeah, we've had a lot of epic days and nights in New Orleans.
Has Ron Anderson ever blacked out in New Orleans? I didn't say anything.
No, but he could tell you about a really fun time with a hot tub.
No, Chris is calling me out on actually drinking the 1920. It was actually during football season last year. The Saints got their butts tore up by Carolina, and I was double fisting drinks all day, just angry at the world, and ended up having a good time, and ended up over at my mother's house, and she's got, we call it the world's largest hot tub. It's a swim spa.
Can I go there?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go. I'm gonna stay over your mom's.
Absolutely.
We'll podcast in a hot tub.
Yes. But it's a 19-foot hot tub
above ground, and it's a swim spa. But then there's also a spot in it.
Yeah, there's
like one third of it.
There's a 4-person hot tub at one end, and then that's 6 feet, and then the other 13 feet It's kind of like a lap pool where it has jets that you can swim against the
Or
current.
infinity pool.
And then it's got jets on the side too, to where you can turn the entire thing into a hot tub. And I just definitely overindulged and got to the point of blackout. And Mr. Ryan Anderson, the last thing I remember is him walking by. I was double fisting whiskey and beer, and he took this bottle and poured it directly
in his mouth, and he's just like
the hot tub.
It was a good day. It was a darn good day. But no, it's one of those types of swim spas where you can actually you turn on such a powerful jet where you can literally just swim, and it keeps you in place. It is like
I used to see the infomercials for it.
Exactly.
The endless spa or whatever.
Yeah.
And, it's fantastic.
Totally worth it.
So,
if anybody's ever considered about it.
So we're gonna get into this real quick. I'm gonna I have to do shout out. So I don't know if you guys just tuning in, but I have a nonprofit, Carter's Champions. We have the Pink Dress Run in downtown Gulfport. We have a beautiful board members. We have July 30th. July 30th, we have boating for boobies. And Captain Al's. Shout out to Stacy and the team, Randy, Shelly. You know who you are.
We love Captain
Gina,
Al's.
John. But that is coming on July 30th. You can go to the pinkdressrun.com. It's $50. You get a flag. If you have a boat, come out and support. 100% of the money we raise goes to Memorial Hospital, our local hospital, and it goes to dentures, gas cards. We stay local.
Awesome.
We're on our.
That's awesome.
We love our coast. This is boating for boobies. And then also, I don't even have that video up, but have you ever heard of Jersey Mike's?
Yeah.
So Wednesday, Jersey Mike's opens their grand opening in D'Iberville at the Promenade next to Drinks. If you go into Jersey Mike's from Wednesday to Sunday, which is the 29th through the 3rd, and you donate $3 or more towards our foundation, you get a free sub.
That's
awesome. Ask for the coupon.
That's pretty darn.
Shout out to Brett, Landon, and Jennifer. But they're doing this. They want to partner up. They're going to have one in Gulfport too.
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
And then that's about like where I got on that. So I just want to drop. I always got to plug in the middle of anything that because I love our community. I ain't gonna lie. Like
we're a small business.
Yeah.
605 is a small business, and so is every other liquor store. I love John from Drinks. Shout out to Drinks.
Yes, sir.
And we all have the same goal in mind, and it can feel like competition all you want, but we're all trying to do the same thing.
And then one more thing, let's drop this real quick though, and then we're gonna get into some more detail. If you need insurance, you got Golden Gulf Insurance Services. My co-partner right here, Matt Brooks, he'll be on tomorrow.
Then
let me just drop this one more thing, guys. If you need a mattress, go to my mattress store. But I want you to see this ad.
It's the best ad.
Looking for a Father's Day gift? Our mattresses don't disappoint.
Mattress by appointment GoCheck. No credit financing. We'll put you straight to sleep.
Sorry.
Okay. Apologize. Hey, look at you.
No more plugs yet. Maybe later on, but that is my match store. Keep my match store alive. Dude, we took a hit from COVID. I'm now, since I said the C word, probably going to be shadow banned.
Oh my God.
I don't give a shit.
You got to love those algorithms, right?
Yeah.
I had somebody call it AI the other day. I'm like, no, that's not AI. It's called an algorithm, and it's man-made and it's manipulated. So,
it had such a strange effect on everything local and our national economy. Like in Mississippi, and we still haven't recovered from the retail side of it on alcohol.
Yeah.
The ABC has been weeks behind on delivery since COVID started.
They've gotten better.
They've gotten a lot better. It goes forward and back.
All right, too. That's y'all's too.
Okay,
we'll take turns.
And I'm definitely not trying to bash them because they're going through the same thing that we're going through. They don't have enough people employed to load the trucks and to receive the trucks and everything. But Mississippi shot ahead in the nation, had the largest growth of alcohol sales per capita when COVID started, because people were drinking more at home rather than going out to bars and restaurants. And our on-service, our bars and restaurant scene really took a hit from it because people could only do to-go orders, so they weren't getting to cocktail with their people and socialize. They were doing everything at home. And now, ever since things have gone as close to normal as it probably ever will be, our sales or just alcohol sales, people are able to go out and drink again. So we still have good sales, but we definitely saw that big push during COVID.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of leveled out again. And it's part of me is like, well, I wish people would still be cocktailing at home. Nothing against our bars and restaurants.
Yeah, but there's a lot. Yeah, there's money made there.
No, they're making a living too. So we absolutely respect what they're doing for sure.
So we got real quick. Veronica goes, no wait. So Paul goes, his mom is dope. Veronica goes, I like interacting with comments.
You got to.
Yeah, man.
Veronica, hell yeah, that hot tub is legit. Ryan says, haha, Connor can't handle a hot tub with some 1920. We need Ryan to drive over. But then definitely want him on the show.
He's got 2 kids and one on the way, and he's a very, very busy man. He's a sergeant. Yeah.
He doesn't like people to know what he does for a living.
I will not say what he does, but he is a very respectable person in what he does.
It's just like Dr. Rosetti. Check him out. Mm-hmm. Jason Rosetti. Hey, he can take care of you. Just research Dr. Jason Rosetti. He's a good friend.
Jason Rosetti was in our store right before the car drove through.
Huh?
He was one of the last people I took care of before the car drove through the store back in 2017.
We told you about that, right?
What?
When a car literally
drove
through.
He was the last one.
He was one of my last customers. He bought 2 bottles of Eagle Rare. He taught me into it because he was giving gifts. And I was trying to shortchange him, like, no, I need more of these to sell. I can only say one. But
let's call him in. y'all think it's funny? Guys, what do y'all think? Let's call him in.
Let's call Matthew.
Huh?
What Matthew's doing?
He's on a date with his girl.
Oh, well, okay, that's right. I forgot.
Let's see. Jay, let's call him.
I haven't been on a date in a while, so I forgot about that.
I'll set you up. We can Tinder swipe. I'll set you up on that one.
Oh, loaded.
All right, make sure I'm connected too. Let's call in Ryan too.
Ryan, yeah, dude. Awesome.
Let's grab Jason first and let him we'll plug Jason first and we'll call Ryan. Let's start calling like your bourbon friends. Let's do that. Get him on the show. Give him a shout out.
Let's see how quick Ryan hops online and says, do not call.
But hold on, it's running through here.
Yeah.
So don't call him just yet.
No, he's just gonna message him.
Yo.
Where you at?
I'm over here watching the Braves. What's going on?
I'm sitting here on the podcast. You're live. I'm with Chris and Connor from 605. They say they love you.
What up, dude?
What's up, Mr.
What's up? What y'all doing?
Just podcasting and talking about the story that you're the last guy to buy bottles of Eagle Rare. Cheers.
Right before a car drove through the damn store.
Yeah, that was interesting. And saved Jay Jordan's life.
Yeah, about to say if y'all two wouldn't have seen each other and him walked over from the vodka section to say hey to you, he would have been run over. So you definitely saved a life.
So it all started.
It was not even close. And actually, when I was about to leave, I was going to Cam's house, Cam Roberts.
Shout out Chandelier
for a party. And I was like, you know what? I said, I probably need to buy something for the girls because I feel bad that I'm going there and I don't have anything for, the wife of the house and everything. So I went back and I got some wine, or I would have been out of there. And I don't know if I would have been walking out the door when that happened. Because I turned around, like literally to grab a bottle of wine and then came back and I saw Jay. But had I not done that, I probably would have been walking out when she went through.
Oh shit!
It would have been a completely different story. I mean, I can laugh about the story now because nobody got hurt, but it would have been completely different if you wouldn't have seen your friend and decided you needed more booze.
So I want to be honest with
hold on. I tell people, I said, wine saved my life.
That's kind of true. Hey, so Jason, I want to be straight up with you though. When you do watch this podcast, it all started because we have Ryan Anderson in here. He's a bourbon drinker, and he is a surgeon. No, he's a surgeon, and I said, well, I know another surgeon. He doesn't like because he don't like being called doctor. And said, well, I know another surgeon. His name's Jason Rosetti. Just look him up. And they're like, I know Jason.
We know that guy.
And then they told me the car story, and I'm like, oh shit, can I call him in?
Yeah, it was crazy. crazy, man. We had to like she was still on the gas. Like when she had stepped out, and I think she thought her car was in park. And when she did, the car started moving. Well, she panicked, and I think she had one foot out the door, and she tried to push the brake. When she did, she pushed the gas. That's what she did. She rocketed through with the door pinned her where she couldn't move because it pinned her leg outside the door. And so when she's in there, it's just like, and the drive like still going. We're like screaming, like, turn the car off, just turn it off. And so then we had to, I mean, it was nothing but broken bottles and wine and stuff everywhere. So we had to go in there and get the kids. She had 2 kids. We realized there were 2 kids in there. So we got the kids off the back of the hatch. And then she was screaming about her leg. So we just got the door off her leg.
That's crazy.
And then,
that's all before I ever started working there. But I've heard stories about it. And
I'm gonna tell you right now, you know how you go in the back, and you know that how the entry, the portico in the back. Had that been a foot wider, she'd have driven down near through that building. I'm telling you.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the only thing that stopped her, was that was not quite wide enough. It just lodged the car. But had that been about a foot wider, she'd have driven straight through that building.
That is insane.
Well, hey, Jason, we're about to. How can we plug you? Who are you and where are you located?
What do you do?
I am an oral and maxillofacial surgeon in downtown Gulfport.
And what's the name of your company?
Harborview Oral and Facial Surgery.
So, guys, he's also a sponsor of the Pink Dress Run and all our events. He supports the city of Gulfport, #1, and then the coast. That's how I look at life.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, Jason.
Hell yeah, Jason.
We're cheersing right now for you. We love you. And
appreciate it. I enjoy Ben 605, especially when cars don't drive through. And as always, I appreciate you, Jordan, for all you do.
All right, bro. And well, hey, I can't wait to have you on the podcast. We can talk about Dr. Giggles, the movie.
All right. Oh, Lord. All right, y'all be good.
All right, bro.
Thanks, Jason.
Later. Y'all be good.
Cheers.
And just before we call Ryan, he said we could call. But just to preface this also with, hopefully, and I was surprised it hadn't come up already with the new store. It's going to be a whole lot harder to drive through the new store. We're hoping to open.
I see in the corner.
The year.
Oh man, it's a beautiful
that's
building.
The number one question we get asked in the store these days is, when are y'all opening? And all I've been told that I can really say is towards the end of the year.
Hopefully sometime before the end of this year.
Just because they've been trying to build out all the other units first and get that rent coming in, because our owners have put their blood, sweat, and tears into this new building. Yeah. And
Todd put his blood, sweat, tears in that building.
I would say so.
Todd put his initials in the concrete.
My initials are in the concrete. Yeah. But no, I actually see them over there. They're working on the yard. They're doing the yard maintenance and stuff. They actually are doing the work on the building.
I love that building. Me and Emily are like, when's it going to? Because it's right by Captain House.
Mm-hmm. And so we can't wait to get in there. But it's just
prime area.
It's taking a whole lot longer than we anticipated. But when we get in there, it's double the size. We're gonna have a tasting bar to where we're going to do wine tastings the second Saturday of every month, just to where we can educate people on wine more and on spirits, and come in and try things that they normally wouldn't try.
So we got to. So guys, I'm gonna ask a question.
Yeah.
Did y'all get to hear Jason through Bluetooth? Because we're live. I just don't want. Can y'all hear him?
I heard him.
No, the audience.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was seeing, because when we call Ryan, I want to make sure that they hear Ryan too. Sure. Are y'all cool with us calling? Well, I don't care. Look, I really don't care. I love y'all.
I've seen a couple of other episodes of the podcast where you called in and they've answered, and I've heard their audio on there.
I don't know. I just like talking to people that are just dope. So you have to put my number.
There's a lot of dope people out there.
Oh well, I figured I'd just give you his number real quick.
But don't do it on the air. Just type it in my phone.
Yeah.
That's one
area code.
No, we can't do it. We can't do that to him. We can't. Guys, we're gonna call in one of their bourbon buddies, and Paul, if you want to call, like if y'all got some bourbon stories, we'll call you in. Let's do a hotline right now. Remember that was it Dinner in the Movie? Remember that show on TPS? Is that what it was?
Like with Gilbert Gottfried? Or
I don't even remember.
I was gonna start calling people
anything
in.
with Gilbert Gottfried has got to be.
No, it was that one.
Rest in peace for Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, yeah.
He just recently passed away.
And fuck you, Affleck. They fired him.
For doing his aristocrat. Wait, no, he did a joke about.
Yeah, but that's just.
But still, he's a comedian. That you're supposed to make a joke.
Sorry, guys, I do cuss from time to time. I am human.
Humane.
Humanize. It sounds like a lizard person to me.
Most of my stories with Connor are Scotch rather than bourbon. It's okay.
Paul, yeah.
Well, Paul, we're okay with that. So we're about to call in Dr. Ryan.
I did not rat you out, sir.
No, you did. You
I
did.
didn't intentionally.
He's watching you live.
Intentionally.
He's the one that said surgeon, not I.
Hey, look, it's fine. I don't care. Look, Jason owns up to
It's
it.
not like he works for the mafia.
It's just so in person, which I respect with Jason, but like, because I do like talking to my friends and never like I love Jason's always been a part of Shanty Fest with Cam and all of us. Like, there's that certain crew, and I've always found Jason as that friend because like when I was like, I call Jason like a Friday, he'll tell you like I'll call him like, where are you at? And he's that friend you sneak off with and have a drink with. He's like, I'll meet you and we'll go have drinks. And
See, I've been trying to sneak off and have a drink with this guy. He's got a couple of good bottles of bourbon at the house. And
is he there?
I know he needs to crack.
I'm calling right now.
It's Ryan. There he is. Okay. I know that dial tone.
Do you?
Yeah, what's up, boys?
What's up, Ryan? How you doing?
What's up, Doc?
Hey, how you doing?
How's so your bourbon? You are like you do enjoy bourbons, but you're not like you don't store bourbons. You love bourbons, and it's definitely a passion of yours, right?
Yeah, I mean, these guys have hit the nail on the head. I think bourbon is meant for drinking. They know that. They've opened many a bottle at my house. I don't really believe on it collecting dust. It's meant for drinking and meant for good stories and friends. And
you hear that Facebook? You hear that Facebook groups? You hear that Facebook groups? We're calling you out right now.
Man, you guys have hit all the bourbon problems. Right on. Is the prices have gone up and up and up throughout the years, but I'm thankful to have Connor and Chris who have continuously hooked it up in the bourbon work. I do have to set the record straight. I'm not a surgeon.
Yeah.
I don't want to
knew I was off.
I don't want to get labeled as one of those guys. I'm an
slicey.
So what?
That's right. I'm an ER doc on the case.
What kind of doc?
ER doctor.
Emergency room.
So do you know Jay Singh? Is it Singa? Jay.
SINGH.
Yeah, Singh. Right?
What is it?
He's an ER at I think Singer River, right? He's my Neptune brother.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the name sounds familiar. I'm the medical director at Keesler. I'm active duty Air Force, and then I also work in the community at Singer River Gulfport and Highlands over in Picayune.
Oh, thank you for saving lives, dude.
Amen.
I mean, amen to that, and thank you for calling out the Facebook groups. I really I respect you more for that. What you drinking on right now?
This dude's got a killer palate, man. What you drinking, Ryan? I miss you, dude.
So I just poured something because you guys drinking, and I didn't want to get left out over here, So I poured Connor's Old Forester barrel strength. I didn't see that on the table, but you got to tell him next time on part 3. Bring the heavy hitter.
Well, maybe they bring you, and you just get to experience this podcast that me and my best friend started 3 years ago. That makes no sense, but we love it.
Connor could tell you right before we came over here, I was like, I've got two unopened bottles.
I want more drinks.
Yeah, give me that.
What is going on here?
Clinky. But I had 2 unopened bottles of
I want to go there.
Of our Old Forester barrel proof, Ryan. And I was like, Connor, I think I want to bring one of those. I was like, because I still have one other backup bottle, and Connor's like, you know what? He would like that 1920, and it's one of those situations where we're trying to turn people on to other things other than Blanton's, and this
you're turning me on right now without even bourbon.
You know what I mean?
Hey, get them to bring that 1792 bottle of Bourbon. I know they got some on the back shelf. Bring that next time.
Tell them my secrets.
All them secrets.
The thing is, like, I made that mistake with my our producer, like behind the scenes of our show. He's not here tonight. So like this Sunday is like a random Sunday. But I got a bottle of Blanton's from the boys, and I paid the going price back then, and it always sat there
$60 back then.
It always sat there with a net on it. And at the time, shout out to Matt McDonald in the Coliseum, but we get hired out to with Michelle and Matt at the Coliseum, that like on Crawfish Festival, we get to hire interview people, musicians, and just do our thing.
There we go.
But we were like, so our brand is called Crawfish and Beer. So we make merch. We make our own hats and stuff in-house. And Garrett was looking at this Blanton's bottle. It's unopened because I never opened it. and he just kept staring at it for weeks.
So special.
Yeah. And I'm like, look, you can open it, but you got to give me another bottle. And he's like,
I can't promise that.
all right, I will. And I'm like, at the time, I think I paid, I don't know. I want to know the price because I don't want to hurt people's, like maybe
It used to be $65.
$65. Yeah. It was I think it was 65.
40, even like 10, 15 years ago, it was like 49 or 45.99.
So he kept looking, he kept looking at it. But like to me, I said, look, get another bottle. And he still hadn't to this day. I ain't expect him to get a bottle because he brings scotch to me all the time. Like getting we share our alcohol. And, but it was funny that bottle never got open, and we had probably 50 guests on our show, 60, and nobody opened it because I kept the net on it. Just because I kept the net on it, nobody opened it.
But hey, Ryan,
it's a good look, and I'll tell you, Jordan, I haven't seen you try that 1920 yet.
I just poured it.
That bottle. Oh yeah, well I had
it right there.
Facebook, but that 1920 is better than Blanton's all day. Every day.
Dude, it tastes like you know what it tastes like to me? It tastes like Twisted Tea.
I did put it. I mean, Ryan is a purist. He likes things neat.
I'm sorry.
And
that's really smooth though. Wow.
We threw some ice in it, so that's not a big thing for Ryan to do. However, it's 115 proof, so most people, you know what I'm saying, that are actually jumping out and trying new things, they're like, okay, I need a little bit of water, a little bit of ice to kind of open up and try certain things. But
all right, so
super.
Do we have a cup with like nothing in it up right here?
Okay. Yeah.
You got a fly in it. I'll wipe it out.
Hey, there's enough alcohol to kill the bacteria. We're good.
So let me tell you a story. Like Ryan, you see these? You remember the 3D digital crown glasses, like at the bottom where it's like the 3D. Back in the day we used to be able to buy gift packs, and it's fine. I'll drink it with a fly. It's okay, gives a flavor. But my father-in-law last year for Christmas, my girl etched because I collected these glasses because they're hard to get, like the heavy weighted 3D crown. And my father-in-law he drinks nothing but Crown, and she bought him some like these glasses me and Chris are drinking on. And I was like, babe, being honest with you, I know your dad, like stepdad. I know what he drinks nothing but Crown. If he's seen the fact that I've been hoarding these glasses, I was like, do you want to just etch into these glasses with his saying on it? And she goes, are you serious? I'm like, I'm telling you right now, he would appreciate more of this heavy weighted Crown. Feel the weight on that.
Oh yeah,
it was pretty heavy.
Yeah. So anyways, I gave up my glasses, but I got one. So I gave him 4, but I got 1.
Cheers.
But I'm gonna taste this for Ryan. Hold on.
Be a purist.
Nice.
So
you doing it neat?
Oh yeah, he's got it neat. Yeah.
Oh,
so
damn, that's good.
Hey, see,
Ryan just turned me.
So
that'll hit you a little bit. It's good for you.
So talking with Ryan,
115 proof. Man.
One of the things that really, whenever we first got introduced to each other and everything, I just run out of my Knob Creek Barrel Select from the store, and that is just one of his. Like we're talking about single barrel select bourbons, and when I first met him, that was what he obsessed with trying. Or I hate to say obsessed, but what he loved getting the most was store picks of Knob Creek. And he hounded me for months about me coming off of one of my own bottles. And I ended up giving him a bottle of the one. I had 2 bottles left at the house, and I've got one still unopened that I'm just holding on to where if I ever have kids or anything, to where I can share when they're of age to drink.
I also have one unopened because I went on that same trip. So.
And I had that
cool
spare little bottle. And I ended up giving it to him, and he almost didn't want to take it.
But he deserves it.
Yeah, it was delicious though. There's a couple bottles that I have unopened. They guys that actually Connor shared with me the Old Forester birthday bourbon. I have one for each year that my kids were born. So I got a 2018 and a 2020. So I only drink an ounce on their birthday. And as the legend goes, if you drink an ounce every birthday, you'll share the last 2 ounces with them on their 21st.
On the 21st.
So suck it. I didn't hear about that.
That's how numbers work.
Hey, the Facebook groups are listening right now. You're gonna fuck us up. Don't do that.
I don't want to mess it up, man.
So
I want to get you guys.
So Ryan, I want to get you into, and I didn't even share this with the show, but my stepdad is Scott Levenway. He's a lobbyist out of Jackson. Wrote the law on the casinos down here. He's went to Millsaps, Ole Miss, just a Woodstock hippie lobbyist. His party is just Scott Levenway's party, but he has the Buffalo with the Blantons spelled out stamps.
Yeah.
And he got me into is it backgammon? Baccarat.
Sure.
Baccarat.
No, backgammon.
Backgammon.
Yeah, I think it's backgammon. What? Hey,
They're both good games.
backgammon. No, it's not back. Yeah, Baccarat's casino. Backgammon. And he gave me. But he taught me about. He really got me into bourbons and cigars because up in Jackson, he's been having this same apartment for 30 years, and everybody's been in this place. But he is a Buffalo Trace
fanatic,
dude. He's 76. Well, he'll be 76 in July, right? Yeah. Anyways, he schools me on everything about like acquiring a taste of. That's why I push more Buffalo Trace. But the funny shit is
Buffalo Trace.
Like when I gave him the Long Branch, he goes, "All right, I'm with you on that."
I follow you.
Yeah. Anyways.
Listen, I'll blow your mind. I mean, Heaven Hill products. I don't know if Connor's going to permit me to talk about this, but
go
Heaven
for it, dude. Parker Heritage is so awesome.
Yeah, dude. There's so many good Heaven Hill products out there. I love Larceny Barrel Proof. He knows that.
I do too.
I was thinking about
Larceny Barrel Proof is one of the best drinkers, at the full proof statement out there. And Connor actually just hooked me up with an incredible bottle. I'm excited. It's unopened.
Okay, I was just about to ask.
We keep Ryan on the line. Let's go. Kenneth goes. Good question there. Goes. Let's go down the comments real quick. So we got. Let's see. Most you say that we went over the Scotch thing. I love that Connor knew exactly who that was.
Paul.
Yeah, he's sad right now. He's probably wearing eyeliner. He's crying right now on the show. Son of a bitch. Sorry, Paul. All right. Kenneth goes, this is a really good question for the show.
Talk to me, Kenneth.
Oh, what is the go-to bourbon to give as a gift? And don't you even say Evan Williams.
It all depends upon the situation.
1920, all day.
Old Forester 1920.
Dude, we need Ryan on the show. I'm calling
So check it out, Ryan. My buddy Kenneth, for a number of years, I've known him since the first day of sixth grade. He's arguably one of my best friends, but for years I tried to talk to him about alcohol, and he was kind of a teetotaler, and he started to expand. He's tried a couple of beers, and he tried a little IPA, and trying to figure out kind of what he likes, and just walked over there and said, "Hey, guess what? I got a little bottle of Woodford Reserve for you. I really think you're going to like that." And he really has kind of taken to that. I mean, he's not an everyday drinker. He's definitely not a weekly drinker, but it's a certain type of situation. He starts to enjoy things. But
you come on this podcast, Kenneth, you will be a weekly drinker.
No, I tell everybody. I tell everybody. It's not just because you have it. I tell every single person. When they're like, "Hey, I have a XYZ event. What should I buy this person?" And I tell them 1920. So I'm not just saying that because you have it on your desk. It is the best, readily available. You can get it every day. Everybody's trying to buy cases of Blanton's and Eagle Rare and Weller Special Reserve. And I went to Connor and I said, "Hey," I said, "Can you get me a case of Old Forester 1920?"
And what's the price on that right now?
Oh, it's like $60 a bottle.
$67.99.
I think it's rich.
I don't know. I mean, Blanton's. I mean, there's some people that are charging $250 for a bottle of Blanton's. So I know. Get a whole case of Blanton's.
So I was
times 6.
So early in the show, I don't know if you got to dive in, but I was paying like $26, $27 for Eagle Rare when I got into it in like 2014 or 15
And we only charge $36.99 currently, but
you can't find it anymore. Drink tequila. So also Ryan, I'm in the metaverse, and my buddy Jim is actually, I can't drink tequila tonight because Chris doesn't like tequila. But I do have. Was it El
That's
Mayor?
all right, you
I mean,
can.
or hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it's downstairs. I'm sticking to bourbon
Dude,
tonight.
go for it. If you want to drink tequila, go for
I
it.
would do it for Jimbo, but I'm not doing it right now because I will do it. It will go. We will not have the continuous show. My goal is to hit 2 hours on this show.
I will do it too, sir.
You
Yeah, we got
damn
Ryan.
skippy.
What you got work tomorrow? Or what you got going on?
Yeah, he's got to
Wait,
be
no,
back
he's
in the
off
morning.
tomorrow.
Off tomorrow,
Ryan doesn't.
thankfully.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's got conference calls tomorrow.
Jordan, if you start mixing, I heard about your after party last time. You better be careful.
But that was be honest with you though, I didn't.
Extenuating circumstances.
I didn't eat all day though. I didn't have like a piece of bread. I didn't have a cracker. I just drank
Did you
water.
call me?
Huh?
Cracker.
What, I called you a cracker? No, I said I didn't have any food. Yeah. But I didn't have any kind of food, right? And I just didn't have any food. And I just you have to have something in your system.
Ham. You just went ham.
But I can eat and go ham, but I just knew, like, I know my body. Like, I know for a fact that, like, I have to eat something.
Regulate.
Yeah. I'm not trying to do the intermittent fasting or be a self-help guru.
You gotta stay hydrated. You gotta
I'm
have
trying to-
some type of substance on your body to actually absorb that alcohol over time.
But the thing is I threw up and then still went back to partying, Ryan. So what's up with that? And they'll tell you that straight up. I didn't.
Puking rally.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the way to go. You got to prepare for the marathon, but never run the marathon.
well, I can't. So I have cerebral palsy. So you're just making fun of me right now. No, but
Trigger culture.
huh?
Trigger culture.
It's when I was our first run out of that, but like you have to, like Ryan, you have to admit you have to eat some food before you drink some bourbons. You have to get some kind of, you're a doctor, you have to have some kind of nutrients in your body. You can't just go, let me have 6 or 7 neats or whatever the hell we had.
Anything.
Yeah, shit.
And expect a pleasant outcome and an excellent morning the day after. You can't expect that.
Oh, but also, go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead with your knowledge.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. I kind of stick to 1 to 2 neats with food. So I certainly couldn't imagine doing 6 to 7 without.
Like, one thing I can definitely say about
How many
Ryan,
did we have? We finished the bottle in 45 minutes.
Yeah, that
It was about 45 minutes on, just under an hour.
and that's 26.7 ounces. So and that was between 4 people.
So how many drinks do we have apiece? We all poured each other.
I've looked back at that video a couple of times and noticed that Matthew was kind of dragging a little bit. So
it was us 3.
us 3 were pulling a little bit more weight.
But Matt doesn't drink.
That's okay. That's okay though. Everybody has their own pace, and it's a beautiful thing. But
One of the things I can call Ryan out on right now is that when you hear drink responsibly, I hate to say it, but Ryan is definitely part of the drink responsibly crowd. He has and that's a good thing. He's got these Glencairn glasses, which can be argued as the best thing to drink bourbon neat from. And he has some that are fancy that has his last initial engraved on it. But the bottom of that A is 1 ounce of bourbon. So he knows that whenever he's having people over and having some, drinking some bourbon, he can go to those glasses and pour to that exact level and knows everybody's getting 1 ounce of bourbon. And then it'll be 1 ounce of the next one or 1 ounce of the next. So he's really maintaining.
How many ounces should somebody have in a night?
With or without food, because you've already tested the without food theory.
Yeah, man. What with food? Let's go with food.
It's so much to the individual, though.
Yeah, I kind of do 4 to 5 ounces, and that's why I measure them 1 ounce at a time. Is because you can have 5, maybe push 6 different bourbons and really explore your palate. Connor and I actually at my house. Jordan, you're always invited to come sip some bourbon with Connor and Chris. But we tasted one of the. What was that, Connor? The Mammoth, the Rye that we did here.
12-year.
Mm-hmm. That you helped me pick.
That
absolutely.
That was phenomenal. Yeah, we picked a awesome, highly recommend an awesome rye for his shop called Mammoth Rye. Where was that from, Connor? Michigan, I believe.
Yeah, it was Michigan.
Yeah.
12-year, 125 proof out of Michigan. And there was somebody that came through the store earlier. I I want to say about 2 or 3 days ago with as far as all the scraping the coast people that were in town. And somebody was like, you think this Whistle Pig is good? They're looking over on the shelf and it's 120, 130, 140.
Oh, it's half the. Oh,
It's 140. I think it's 140 before tax.
Yeah. It's either 140 or 160. Yeah.
And this Mammoth barrel that Ryan had the pleasure of being able to put his opinion in on picking this entire barrel of whiskey. This guy goes, I'm going to buy 2 of those, and they're only 80 something dollars versus 140. So you're essentially getting twice the amount of whiskey. And this guy was like, dude, this tastes awesome.
And the quality's there.
You're able to give them a little quarter ounce pour just to see, oh, wow, is that going to mesh with my palate? Is that something that that's worth my $1? And sure enough, this dude ended up buying 2 bottles of
our barrel
that Ryan's talking about.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I bought a case of it. It's great. Highly recommend.
Exactly. It was
if you're a Rye fan.
Hey, let's get serious there real quick though. I got the guy, my buddy Jimbo says right now, what do you think about this, Ron? He told me number one, I need to get a haircut because I have a mullet. But then he goes, tequila. So he's talking about tequila. If you're not first, you're last. Evan Williams does the trick. Fuck, Ryan, what is your thought on Jimbo saying that?
Man, I don't drink a whole lot of Evan Williams products. I've been told the Bottle and Bond is phenomenal, the white label. But those guys will certainly have more Evan Williams input there.
Anything from Heaven Hill.
Well, also though, like Henry McKenna 10 is Evan Williams has gotten too old. A lot of people don't know that. Evan Williams single barrel will go up till 9 years, and then once it hits 10, it becomes Henry McKenna
behind that
10.
iMac, so I can plug it in this laptop so we can keep it Ryan in the show. No, I mean you're not going to die any temps. I'm just plug in my phone in, Ryan, so you can just stay in the show with us. That's all he's doing right now. No, on the back of the monitor, there's a white iPhone plug. We plug Ryan in, so like it charges while he's talking. I'd hate to like him being like a really in depth like bourbon talk, and then all of a sudden it cuts out on him. I'm just looking out, Ryan. I'm just looking out.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, whenever I first got to know Ryan and started talking to him, hanging out, we didn't even get a chance to hang out. He got deployed, and so it was fun, and it still cracks me up to this day. I'll think about it from time to time. I'd wake up random mornings, and I'd have a Facebook message from Ryan. Hey, tell me what you've bought recently at the store. I'm here in Bahrain, and I can't drink, and so what bottles are coming out? What have you drank? And it would make my day talking about whiskey with this guy, at 10 o'clock in the morning, going into work and then having his wife come and pick up bottles for him at the store. And
well, so that came similar a little bit, Ryan, with like the excitement of bourbon though, and being a part of it is like when I started my match store is surviving now a match by appointment Gaucher. But
shout out
when I was before all that stuff, all the shit happened. When I started making a little money, like I was that guy that's never bought a nice pair of shoes for myself. I mean, I still daily drive a Ford Lightning, which is my dream truck. Sorry, I just love that truck. But I never like bought a lot of things for myself. Never really ate like good food or bought any like quality things. And that's how I kind of plunged into the whole bourbon scene. And this is like before like the Facebook group started like overpricing it and just ruining it for it. Like not that they're going to eventually run out of like, I mean, they're kind of treating it like the Nike Air Force Ones. You better stop that too.
The Facebook group started like,
hey, look at
but you know what I'm talking about, Ryan, where they just like the collector style. But I just enjoyed like, man, like, cause I work so like, at the time, even now, like, I mean, I just got off work for 10 hours. Like I would work 10 hours a day. Like I work normally we work 6-7 days a week. Like and I'm just continually grinding, but I found bourbons to be like kind of like my reward. It's like my reward system.
No, I appreciate the hustle, man. I believe in the hustle, and there's no replacement for that. I also work 12-hour shifts, 5 to 6 days a week.
Beast.
But the thing I like about bourbon is it can't be rushed. Like it's a product that has to be enjoyed. Like there's a certain metric, there's a certain formula to bourbon, and if it's broken at any stage of the game, it's not bourbon. You know what I mean? Like it has to be 51% corn or greater, you know, and if it's not, it ain't bourbon. It has to be made in the United States of America. I'm all about that, right? I'm active duty military. If it's not made in the United States of America, it doesn't have to be made in Kentucky. No matter what anybody from Kentucky will tell you, it ain't got to be made in Kentucky.
Bourbon's from Tennessee.
In the United States of America, Canada can't make bourbon. That's just the way it is. Love
Mexico, Belgium, nobody.
They can't make it. They cannot make bourbon. It is in the definition of bourbon. It has to be United States of America. You know, it's got to be aged in charred white oak barrels. If it's not aged in charred white oak barrels, it's not bourbon. And that's what I love about it, because so much stuff can be fabricated, rushed, you know, made more efficient, but not bourbon. It's got to be the perfect blend. It's got to be the perfect mash bill. It's got to be aged for the perfect amount of time in the perfect wood. And if you violate any process of that, you cannot legally call it bourbon. It's got to be called a whiskey.
Preach.
And I agree with you, man. That partner,
Preach.
that goes completely with our hustle, right? Because I want to hustle all day, and then I want to sit down at night and drink a product that is pure. And that's
Dude's
bourbon,
fucking lit.
right?
Dude's good people, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm telling you.
He's
He's
spitting
spitting the
Captain
truth.
America.
He's spitting the
truly
truth.
is.
but that's. I mean,
He's a 100% factual. Okay. And going even farther than that, you can't distill it higher than a certain proof. You can't put it in a barrel lower than a certain proof, and you can't put it in a bottle.
Can't add color.
And you can't add certain colorings and flavorings. All those extra things, all that makes bourbon. But the number one thing is it comes from America.
Now here's the crazy thing, though. I mean,
no, it comes from Tennessee.
10 RC.
And I love talking about this too. So, especially recently, you're seeing a lot of finished bourbons on the market. Stuff that's it's still called bourbon, but it's finished in a sherry cask or a port cask or a Cabernet cask.
Or is it? That's. Are you talking about? Damn it, Rabbit Hole.
Rabbit Hole
They
is
have a couple
one.
of
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They got the Derringer, which is their sherry cask finished bourbon. So what they're doing, they're distilling bourbon. And after they've gone through the whole distillation process to where they can legally call it bourbon, they're going, hey, we've got this empty wine barrel. Let's fill it up full of our bourbon, let it sit for 90 days, and then sell it. And it's considered
stupid.
finished. Well, it's adding a different flavor profile without
Just a-
adding color.
just a
without,
small
without
amount of
I would
breaking-
rather chug a SEMA with Ryan.
Dude,
I don't think you can pay Ryan any type of money.
Zima.
Go ahead, Ryan. Sorry.
I said we pop a Jolly Rancher in that Zima. And
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, if that's the shit we gotta like.
Bros,
I was
icing
gonna-
bros.
I was
Yeah.
going to say you couldn't pay Ryan any amount of money to pop a Zima with you. I don't think. I think
He would over that shit.
I think he'd much rather show you
all the
excellent
storytelling.
bourbon.
I know, but it like that's just changed. Like,
That's what good people are for.
but it's getting so bourbons are trendy now.
Oh, very much so.
You know, before when I got into the scene of bourbons, like it wasn't trendy. It was not like. If I can look back, I still wouldn't collect though. What you need?
That's water.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Me?
I'm hydrating.
He's fine. He's fighting his
I'm
life.
keeping it.
Look,
Am I,
it's a
am I
podcast.
slurring?
No, not yet.
Slizering?
Well, I'm slurring. I hadn't even know. Fine.
you're
Mighty
home,
gosh, somebody,
sir.
who the hell are we?
Well, y'all can stay here. I got sleeping bags. I got guest bedrooms. You're fine. I got a futon upstairs in the studio. I got a guest bedroom downstairs. You don't have to drive anywhere.
We have, well, I say we. You have a needy little ass pug,
Yes, I do.
and so we're
You talking about Rufus?
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about Rufus.
Fuckers can Uber. I don't care. Let's keep going.
I
Let's make this the longest podcast you've ever been a part of.
Oh yeah, dude.
We have a doctor on the line, and it's not Miss Cleo.
Oh, Ryan has told me he hopes he gets to cut either give me stitches.
We're all the same age. Like we're all the same age.
Call me now for your free reading.
Lord of mercy.
Oh please, is somebody gonna flag this for
So-
me being racist?
I don't care, dude. Like honestly, I told like before I get like so with our show, Ron, if you ever tune in, like we've had Calvin Park.
He was on the last year.
Yeah.
We were
So
here.
we've had several people on that walked some congressmen to Calvin Park abduct
Aldermen
aliens.
to
I don't care.
Jeep
Yeah.
in the coast.
They're all people.
That's right.
People are people.
Just
so
don't
why
give me
should it be?
keynotes. If you ever do, you know I'm not going to use them.
I mean, rules are made to be broken, right?
No, I just don't. I mean, because I'm pretty much. I mean, I make mistakes daily. I hope
Hey,
that,
nobody's perfect.
I hope to strive to be a great father. I hope to.
Dude, you are a great father.
Well, I know, but everybody lives in their head. Everybody. We have a doctor on the phone. He lives in his head.
Mhm.
But everybody lives in their heads. Like we all live in our heads. And I look at this show where I really, for what we've become and how it's just what it is. It's just like Ryan. I don't get like, hey man, I love your show. Can I come on? I get like hugs when I'm at events. And like when I get hugs and like I kind of relate with that and hug me, and they don't even like want to have a conversation with me. They just grab and hug me and then walk off. Like
that's probably because you're good people.
That's what I love though. Like when I have so many people come up, me and Emily go eat food or whatever we do with our kid. Like they just like sit up and like come up to me and they don't like. It's like they don't want to like sit there. Like I have a few people that fanboy and I'm like. Hit the fuck! I'm not a celebrity. I'm a person like with a podcast, and
I ain't Kobe. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, it's still you still look at people that as long as you can tell me stories of the show and you can relate, I respect it.
Sure,
because
man.
like I respect like Ryan. I can already tell you right now, like Ryan serves our country and he is a fucking doctor. Like you can't even go like protects our country and saves people's lives.
Fucking Bruce Wayne
and bourbons are like, and his thing is just he don't want you to fuck up his bourbons. He wants to have he wants his bourbons.
That's right. They've both been on the receiving end of that. I do not believe it, and I get it, man. People think bourbon's meant to be enjoyed the way you like it, and I get it, and it's all good. But yeah, I believe in bourbon being drank neat. Obviously, the distillery wanted you to enjoy it at that particular element, proof, finish, etc. So I do not put any ice in my bourbon, and I'm going to stay true with that. Like I said, you're welcome whenever to come over. And
he harasses you if he sees you putting ice in. Don't let him lie to you.
If you put one drop of water, he's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Well,
yeah, I will vibe with what you're saying, though, Jordan. I am an ER doc. I work in the community, and I had a nurse just recently. I won't tell you where, but was like, man, why did you tell that patient, thanks for coming to the ER? And I'm like, that's my job. Even if it's not somebody that's, whatever, acutely ill, needs an ER right then and there, man, I'm happy to be that guy that says, hey, everything looks good. Thanks for coming to the ER today. Thanks for your time. Pleasure serving you kind of deal. And Jordan, that's what you're preaching. And I'm buying. I appreciate you for saying that and that you have that same type of feeling and hustle.
Well, I think my big thing is, so Paul, like buddy, hey, my Paul right here, my buddy Paul goes, he shouts this out. He goes, enjoy the show, real life people.
Absolutely.
That's fucking that's it. That is like he just literally we had a comment.
Why would you want to watch the Kardashians?
No.
You got this shit going on right now.
So we started our show, Ryan, me and Matt 3 years ago. At the time he was with a very like a coastal bank that starts with a B in insurance. In commercial insurance, like it starts with a B, but it's the commercial thing. He went to Ole Miss to be an insurance guy and worked his way up the ladder, and just honestly, Jerry Maguire, because the way he felt and the way people didn't see his vision. And I remember that phone call we got, Ryan, and he was just like, and I've started, my cleaning business. I started my match store, and he just was like, me and him been best friends since we were like 10.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
you telling the story from last time,
and it's something that I really
whenever y'all first met.
And I tell it every fucking day because it's just like a real story, like a real friend, like. And
real recognizes real. And
he was scared. Like he called me on the phone, and he was like stressed out, like I just quit. I went to Ole Miss, quit my insurance job. I don't know what to do. I said, well, what do you want to do? He goes, let's start a podcast. And then when he goes, so where are you going? He goes, I'm going to Oxford to hunt. And I said, when you get back, dude, I stayed up for 48 hours to figure out how to do a podcast. And and now
hashtag Google.
Huh?
Hashtag Google.
Hashtag Google.
How do I do that?
I guess.
And guess what? Look how far you've come, dude.
I mean, I think
How many 100 episodes now?
100. Y'all are 141.
141.
But I'm not
That's
gonna.
awesome.
We can't sell out. We can't. We got to be the show. We got to be like. We got to have like Ryan that doesn't want to be called a doctor, which I love that because our second episode was Sean Amiziel, and he's a pharmacist. That when he started being a pharmacist, and he's from Brooklyn. You can look him up, Sean Amiziel. When he went to school, he wanted to be a pharmacist, and then he kind of was like, I'm a doctor. I'm going to do this, and then he kind of ego check style. And when he became a doctor, he kind of never wanted to be called a doctor, right? And he came on our show, and we titled it Dr. Amiziel, and he runs this, I think CVS is in D'Iberville and all the locations, but and he had this lady come up to him and was like, "You're Dr. Amiziel." And right there, I was like, that's all the feedback we need. We need one comment to have feedback. We just need one person to say hey, you know what? You're Dr. Amiziel. And we're like, fucking, all right, win. We won.
Game over.
I don't want to have I'd rather have 5 real followers than
100 fake ones.
A million fake ones.
Yeah, that's right.
That's taking it to a new level.
I think it was the third time I went to Ryan's house before I found out that he was in the medical profession. And
Does he have a Bugatti?
No, it wasn't that. It was. I'll never forget this. I get over to his house. We were just hanging out, drinking whiskey, and it was just a regular day. Just, hey, come over, hang out. But we need to have some pours. And I get there, somebody texts him. Their muscle was really cramping weird, and I just happened to look over, see him on his phone. He's like, "Oh, well, dude, it's this from you just ran a race, so your muscles." I'm like, "Are you a doctor?" He's like, "I'm so happy you didn't know that."
Yeah, no, that's a 100% true story. Is I consider it the greatest compliment if people can hang out with me and not know that I'm a doctor. And it was a couple months in hanging out with Connor and drinking and I remember that conversation, to this day. We were sitting in my bar area, and you were like, "Man, you're a doctor." I had no clue. And I consider that the absolute greatest compliment. I spent all day today just gunsmithing and building guns,
Okay, guns you got.
Look out now. Wait. We don't want the government to be.
Yeah, we'll talk off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I drive an F-150, by the way, just to clarify that.
I have a
P90X.
Oh, and a 17.
That's right. I got a couple things, so.
All right, well, we'll get together on that. So I probably 2013, I was a Call of Duty streamer on Twitch. Actually, Justin TV moved to Twitch, and I pretty much bought my favorite gun classes. That's how I started. But I was always that was my first hobby, me just learning, but then really enjoying to love it. I'm not a massive, I'm not gonna. I have one. Blank. I'm a caliber. I literally. So I've been in the metaverse, Ron. This is drive you crazy, but I've been in the metaverse, and I've built a world in the metaverse.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Facebook fan. It's a whole different level, but at the same time,
have you
I believe in what
Ron, you know Rock River, right?
I don't know what in reference to what.
Rock Island.
Yeah.
So I'm in the metaverse, right? And I'm building the worlds, and I'm building the world next to a guy named Tito. Shout out to Tito. And no, but he's in on the west coast. But guess what? Guess what his family is in the air and family owns?
What's that?
Tell me.
It's Rock Island.
Rock Lobster?
No, the Armory, the gun company. And they started in the Philippines and stuff. And he goes, "Are you serious?" He said, and I sent him because we're friends on social media and text stuff. I sent him I sent him a photo of TCM 22, which is my favorite gun. And he goes, wow, that is my family's gun. I said, dude, how crazy is I met you in the metaverse and that's your family's company.
Yeah.
But it's like,
crazy.
It's history. And he was telling me, he's like, we started so small. Like we were like, when people get crates of like their armory and stuff, like they were doing like one truck. Like the small bourbon companies, like you look at like Cat Island. Yeah. Like it's the same thing started with Cat Head. Yeah.
Cat Head.
I still want Ryan. What do you think about them and bourbons?
Yeah, man. No, there's a lot of interchangeability for sure. I'll tell you my favorite, just to, hit an aside, one of my favorite guns that I just bought is a 22 pistol. Highly recommend, man. That thing is fun, wildly accurate. I just brought a Browning 22 pistol. Ammo prices are ridiculous, and you can get 1,000 rounds of 22 ammo for like $85 to $100 wherever you're looking. So highly recommend you look into that, man.
Doug, I already got that.
All right.
But no, I mean, I went with the Savage, but I started getting the 22 that's crazy. Cause I was like paying $40.
That's right. Yeah.
It's the same thing. Fuckers.
I love 6.5 Creedmoor, and my hunting rifle is a 6.5 Creedmoor, but man, you're looking at, $2 a round. Maybe you can get it to $1.50, but 22, if you're just looking to put rounds down range, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
Ryan, you know what I paid for 5.7?
Tell me.
$24.95. 50.
Really?
FN. Yeah. Now they're 80.
Yeah.
The hardest thing I have is I have the 300 blackout, and I have an ACR. Remember the Magnapool, like the ACR. I have that one with 300 blackout. That's the hardest thing I can get is that 300 blackout ammo, and I have to buy it in Ziploc bags from gun stores.
Yeah,
like it's serious. Like you guys, it's serious because it's like they sell them in like now they're selling them in Ziploc bags.
Government tried to come and take my baby.
It's tough, dude.
Anyways,
we're focused on the wrong thing, but I don't think this podcast is about that. But I can talk all day about that.
Well, it's about everything.
Well, I'd say we can kind of hop subjects and all, but I definitely get out of my expertise. I just know how to pull the trigger and can clean my 40. So that's about all I can do.
So what else hobbies do we have? We just talked about our love for our Second Amendment, bourbons. What is the other one? What do we got going on? Sports
for the day that we're talking about. It's got to be sports, right? Football, baseball. Everybody's got their own favorite college. Everybody's got their own favorite professional team.
You said everybody won on the uniforms. They wore the same.
The University of Mississippi baseball team wore the entire postseason all navy blue the entire time. And there was only one loss right before getting to the finals. And I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but
superstitions only work until they don't.
Superstition in a way.
It's like Major League Baseball. Remember that shit?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got stupid superstitions that, and I feel like
let's go into them. Let's go into them. There's 4 people on the podcast. Our host is Ryan. He's in here with us. Connor, what is your superstition right now?
Oh, like I'm a diehard Saints fan.
Okay.
Oh my
God. Nation.
Let's go
all day.
And if I'm drinking beer, I have a Saints koozie I use. I've got a Tervis Saints shot glass I like to tote around with me if I'm.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead with the shot glass. What is it?
It's a Tervis. My dad's wife. And it's hard for me to call her my stepmother. She's been in my life for 20 plus years.
Just call her mama.
She's my second mama.
Okay.
She really is. We've got a great relationship.
Mom 2.0.
And she gave me this Saints shot glass. The Tervis, the no sweat tumblers. Oh, she gave me a shot glass. It's a Saints one. And so whenever I go to parties or events, it's a plastic shot glass that I can carry around with me. another one of my great customers, Brian Jacobs, who has he runs a State Farm business. Brian Jacobs,
Shout out.
That is
Tremendous
lies,
man.
Brian. You don't like bourbons, and don't trust
Jacobs.
Brian. I have an insurance company too. Brian
Jacobs is
you know,
not
the
here.
good family. Him and his wife are great. They're great people.
They're phenomenal.
he gave me some customized Saints Rocks glasses that I like to use during games too. So I'm just always wear a jersey and it. And
Can you go downstairs and dig in the refrigerator?
If you want me to,
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
totally will.
Dig into the refrigerator.
Why do you keep ice in the refrigerator and not the freezer?
Huh?
Why do you keep
Because I'm Southern and I say the word refrigerator. Let's get into the story.
refrigerator?
All right.
But it's you gotta.
Connor, are you gonna watch the game at my house or what?
Oh, if it's not a home game, I got season tickets this year. I'm going to games, so
I was built into his superstitions last year. He didn't watch the game with me.
Well, yeah, because the first game I watched with you, we
Spencer
lost.
doesn't work anymore. Just got to dig your hand in there and grab ice on the left side.
But no, it depends on the season, Ryan. It really does. But no, I'm more than happy to watch games with you on Sunday as long as I'm not at the Dome.
Hey, Ryan, what's your favorite team, dude? What's your favorite team, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm a Saints fan, so it's nice being in southern Mississippi. It works out well.
Oh, dude, respect.
He's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
He's in
but
West
Connor
Virginia.
over to my house and watched one away game of the Saints with me, and they happened to lose. And he swore off watching any games with me, so he is definitely deep into the Saints superstitions.
And hey, I mean,
downstairs.
I knew it wasn't really your fault, but it was that first loss, and we had done well until then, so I had to blame somebody.
Took the blame. Yeah, that's right.
But hey, that was also the same day of me drinking you pouring the 1920 in my gullet from the side of the hot tub.
Yeah, that was a magical moment that you did not survive.
No, I survived. I'm still here. I can't help that what I blacked out and what I don't remember but was told about is after I got out of the hot tub before everybody left, I kind of passed out at a table right next to the swim spot.
Oh, I saw the whole thing.
And it started raining on me.
Hey, y'all calm down, break. Like, y'all's love interest right now. Like, let's go into some comments right here. Right on. Hey, let's go into Paul says, I also have a 6.5 Creekmore. So
that's right.
So Ryan, he pretty much said "fuck you" straight off the bat, and I didn't even say anything. He just said it. Great caliber,
for sure.
Paul is also a veteran, so God bless you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Kenneth comes out of nowhere. I wore the same clothes and drank the same cup for every game of Ole Miss postseason run. Superstition are real. Damn it! Stop watching Angels in the Outfield. Great movie, but don't. All right. Anyways, you're military. You understand it's not your fault, but I'm going to blame you mindset. Now it's for you, Ryan.
I missed that one. I'm sorry.
So Ryan, Paul says you're military. You understand that it's not your fault, but I'm going to blame you mindset.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
damn, did y'all two go through a lot of shit?
That's you know what they say, crap rolls downhill, right? So it may not be your fault, but you're definitely taking the heat sometimes, and that's okay.
There's a cool video that Ryan had that I got to see whenever when he finished his post tour. Ryan's also a big pro wrestling fan, like WCW type stuff. And whenever he was getting his last call about to get on the plane to fly home, they put on the Stone Cold Steve Austin music and tossed him 2 beers, and he smashed him and did the Stone Cold thing. And it was one of the coolest little moments I saw of some troops giving their dude that's leaving them mass respect and an awesome send off.
So Ryan, somebody stole my Ultimate Warrior wrestling buddy. So just get into that story real quick though. On Stone Cold, but somebody stole my Ultimate Warrior.
I was fortunate. I was in Afghanistan and flew 27 combat missions, doing some pretty cool things in the sky. And on my last mission, what we thought was my last mission, I ended up flying one more, but they welcomed me with, you can't drink in Afghanistan, but these zero beers is what they're called. And they if you've watched wrestling back in the good old days, you remember Stone Cold always had beers thrown at him from different angles, but they threw 2 of these 0 beers to me, so I popped them open like any true American would do, and I slammed them up above my head and just chugged them in true Stone Cold fashion.
It was
fucking respect, dude.
And
Fucking-
that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.
That's right.
So Ron, what year were you born in?
89.
Oh, damn, you're a baby.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm 30.
I'm 86.
1982 here.
6.
I'll be 40 in
Yeah,
August.
86.
Ron's a baby in the group.
Nah, damn.
So
Has the most serious job of all of us.
Dude
People-
makes more money than all of us. I'll tell you that much.
Paul says 1981.
Yeah, because Paul's a one-upper. I love you,
Yeah.
brother.
You want that?
But he was
yeah.
born in
Well, that
October
man, yeah.
1981.
Yeah, let's fucking live our best life. And honestly, you
Amen.
guys can stay at the house,
Yeah.
and if your pug shits on the carpet, you'll be okay. You'll figure
No,
it.
it happens.
Yeah, you'll figure life out. That's
Amen,
that's like how
Rufus.
Ron has a lot. Like, but we are literally going to enjoy tonight, and we'll probably make this 3 hours. Who gives a shit? I mean, Ryan,
We're right at.
what are you wearing right now, Ryan?
Well, let's see. I'm wearing an Eric Church t-shirt. Best country musician of all time.
Who?
And
Eric Church.
Eric Church.
and let's see. Some blue running shorts.
Are you up in your office, Ryan? Or are you...
Can't be wearing those running shorts because you're not running.
Nah, just sitting on my couch drinking some bourbon.
Amen,
Yeah.
brother.
enjoying a little quiet time in your house? I
Sitting on my chair and
Dude,
telling the story.
Ryan, congratulations on number 3, man. I love,
Thanks, dude.
I love you, man. Can't
We're having another girl. So
That's
2 girls
awesome.
and a
And a boy.
Couldn't be happier. Yeah, he's got 2.
He's
One
got
girl
a
on the
little
way.
girl, and then he's
Little
got a
girl.
little.
Hey guys, can we cheers together?
Cheers.
It's a long
Amen.
podcast. You gotta get the fuck over it.
Amen.
And stay all night.
right at 2 hours.
So we had a miscarriage a month ago, and we have a 4-year-old my Oliver, my buddy Oliver. You'll love my son. He's amazing. But we did have a miscarriage a month ago, and last night I felt was very intimate. So hopefully, that's it.
Hey,
Dude,
many blessings on your procreation, sir. I hope it.
it's
I hope it sticks.
Paul, that miscarriage,
a sad thing, man.
it fucked me up though. It fucked me up.
Sorry,
I
man.
know, but it fucked me up.
I got nothing but love for you, and I'm here for you.
So
Saying,
Ron, are you familiar with Shandy Fest?
life is a beautiful thing.
Shandy Fest? No, I don't know.
So my buddy Cam, he does the pink dress run with me in downtown.
Chandelier.
Yeah, Chandelier Brewing Company. He owns it. It's him and his brother
Oh,
Kane, and there's Team of Katie, Paige. I mean, there's a ton of them, but Cam and Kane are my buddies, and they own the brewery, and we do Shandy Fest every year, for our city, and I was like, have like my buddy, one of my best friends, John Carter, and shout out to Century 21 and shout out to Island View Casino, but they're dope ass Gulfport
I
family.
love Island View.
Yeah. Shout out to the Carter family. Shout out to Mr. Rick, Miss Stephanie. Like,
All the Carters.
Yeah.
Every time I've been there,
but John's
good
like my
time.
brother, like ride or die. Like John is like my brother. He was like during the miscarriage, he was here at my house the whole time playing music to me, like just to make me feel better.
That's
but-
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
no,
beautiful, man.
That's when you have a friend that stops everything for your mental health.
Yes.
It's a fucking friend.
That's everything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
That can be everything.
But when we went through that, that was I was so excited on that Chandelier night. Like we did Shandy Fest downtown Gulfport, and I'm sitting here like John's like, he sponsored Century 21 and Gulfport, that's his real estate company, but he's got VIP passes, and he's like, John doesn't drink anymore. And he put a wristband on me, goes, all you can drink. And I'm like, all right. So I started just getting me and Emily beers, and she kept rejecting them. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm giving you beers. I'm giving you beers. And she's like, I don't want them. I'm like, all right, it's fine. And
Scratching it to the
but I
limit.
did it like several times. Like, I'm like, what's going on? She's like, she wouldn't want to tell me. And then I remember I was like, so we had our buddy Jeff O'Keefe. Shout out to Jeff. We'll plug you. Bradford
Yep.
O'Keefe Funeral Homes. He lives in Bayview now. Shout out to Jeff Jr. Layla's in Gulfport. That's her restaurant. but Jeff's like had a housewarming party because he just got a house over by us, and he so we're like, I'm kind of like, no, I have to like party all day and then go there. So we just get home, get showered up, get cleaned up, and I'm in our master bathroom, nothing special. I'm butt naked. And I'm like, babe, when we have our second child, like, I can't wait. Like, I'm ready to get this. Like, let's do this. And she's like, and she grabs his t-shirt and it says, I'm about to be a big brother. And I'm like, I'm like, fucking right. Man. Fucking right. Like, I'm pumped. And I call Cam and I call Brian Davis. I call a few of my, like, I call my friend, like, I call Matt. I'm like, you're about to be a fucking uncle. Like, I mean, I'm just like in it, you know what I mean? And I'm just everybody. Like, I'm like pumped. Yep. I got a minivan, Ryan. If you don't, we have a Toyota Sienna. You know I'm a parent. All right.
Soccer all day, 100.
That just, and then come Monday, while sitting in our insurance office, and we got the phone call. Like, I got a phone call from my dad's best friend, what you call my uncle, is Tommy Sachet. Shout out to Image Striping. Image Striping. If you need any park like striping, Image Striping is where you want to. I see right on the show. I plug every business that I even want to think in my mind.
Plug it.
But he called me, goes, I'm so happy for you. Like, he's like, your dad told me, like, I'm pumped. And then 30 minutes later, it's like, Emily calls me, goes, I got bad news. So what? She goes, I'm bleeding. I'm like, what are you? Is it okay? She's like, no, I'm bleeding, babe. I'm like, fuck. And so I had a rocky like 2-3 weeks through that, you know, because like when we had our first child, you know, me and Emily only dated for 2 weeks and had a kid. Like, I'm very confident.
Bottom line, life. Look, dude, life is precious, man. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to take it to that level of the podcast of what we're doing here, but I think a lot of us in this room here can agree that life is precious, and
whatever, is so fucking cool.
Whatever we can do to keep that going, you know what I'm saying? That's I'm not gonna sit here and hold tiki torches, you know what I'm saying? But
we got a father on the phone, we got a father in the room, and then you got us two other guys that haven't done that.
No experience.
But it will happen. When you find that person, though, because I found my girl in 2 weeks.
Wish.
No, I'm literally I dated a girl for 5 years and dated a girl for 2 weeks and found that person in my life.
Yeah.
It's fucking life.
And that's amazing.
It's going to happen.
And isn't that a perfect segue as far, well, I mean, I'm not going to say perfect, but as far as talking about alcohol, where everybody's situation is different, I'm not going to do that, but
well, I mean,
everybody has different flavors of what they want to do with their life, and right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How they want to live their life.
And some of us are just good at being everybody's extra uncle. You know,
I'm damn good at that.
You never know though. Like, you never know. Cause like I was that guy that literally never wanted that. Like, I'm telling you, like we dated for 2 weeks and had a kid. And that was like one of like the craziest things. That like, I remember her giving me like we dated for 2 weeks. Just like, she lived in Hattiesburg downtown. I'm like, I was like social about like us dating. Like, we're like, okay, when I work, because like Ryan, you know that like you just work thing mindset. Like, it's all about work. Like, you're just in that grind, and y'all do it too. Like, it's all about grind.
Yep.
But I was like, so I did this book called Tucker Max Mate. Be what women want you to be, and it was more of a like, you know, don't try to like most guys. I mean, I'm not gonna, whatever gender you are, whatever you're going through. Most people put, I would say, pressure on the fact of like, I have to like, if you date a girl for this one time, or you date a guy, or whoever you date, you put that like pressure, like you got to get to know them. So I did this book, and I went into this book, and I just started casually dating, and that's where.
Well, hey,
Emily
Ryan
came from.
Ryan, what's that book that you and Greg and everybody else that we know, what Call the Wild or something that I
Yeah.
read.
No, you're right, man. Jordan, you're certainly right on the money, dude. I was, I was previously married and went through divorce at my lowest of lows, and I met my wife, and we kind of decided the same. Like once, I met my, obviously she was my girlfriend, going through divorce and things like that, and then, engaged and married, but we decided the time was right, and that time doesn't have like a time limit on it, right? It's not weeks, months, years. It's when you decide that, it's that time. And we had a baby who's my youngest now. And we're kind of solid best we've ever been. The book that Connor's referencing is Wild at Heart, man. And that, that book just focuses on masculinity and, what it means to be a man, and what that looks like, especially, whether you're biblical or not, but, kind of applies biblical principles on masculinity and what that means. And, it's good, man. And everything you're talking is right on the money.
Good stuff, man. Did we not say before Mr. Anderson came upon this podcast, he was good people? Did we not say that?
No, you said it 100%. I want, if we can inspire one person tonight for us talking and just having a good time, if we can inspire one person, we did our job.
Absolutely.
Fuck it. I mean, that's the way I look at it, Ryan. That's the way I look at it. And they like, that's us. Like Emily loves y'all because every time she walks in there, it's like family to her. Like it's,
and that's what we want people to feel coming into our store.
Right.
I like to get to know my customers, getting to know Ryan, get to know what he was looking for. And before his wife became expecting with their current child, I used to love putting together boxes of wine for them. And it was so funny because he'd be like, make sure my bourbon costs more than her case of wine.
Snake.
She's not going to listen to this. We're good.
No, she is. She probably is.
No, she's not.
You have no idea.
But no. Oh, she's right. Oh, I can't believe she's still awake.
Is she?
Give her a shout out. Give Ryan. Give her a shout out. Give her a shout out. This right now. Just give her a shout out.
You listen to this?
She's not.
He said, "Are you listening?"
She's right next to. She's watching TikTok, but man.
But no, like I said, they're some of the best people I've met. But again, it's getting to know you, Jordan. I would have never have known you if you wouldn't have walked in the store one night when I was closing. And I started talking whiskey with you.
True. That's true.
And I have made so many fantastic relationships and friendships whenever it comes to, talking wine and spirits with people, finding out, that special little, I love so much when somebody comes into the store and says, hey, you suggested blank to me and it was fantastic. We had to come back to get another bottle and talk to you. That means the world to me. I help somebody create a memory,
especially when people come from out of town.
And it's, there's a lot of things I love to say in in the business that I'm in, because I've been in it for so long. That, again, like I said earlier, we sell memories, or, one of my favorite things I used to quote that I feel like I was the first to say it was Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors for a reason. So there's going to be 31 reasons why you like what you like.
Motherfucker, you own that then. You own that. We'll make you own that.
But here's the thing. Not everybody likes just plain vanilla or plain chocolate.
Sometimes it's Rocky Road.
Rocky Road or
butternut crunch. It's,
orange sherbet. I mean, there's everybody.
Because somebody will come in, they'll want
taste.
I talk with my buddy Paul, Critical Chaos. Paul, he's all about Scotch. And I know what scotches he likes and what he doesn't like. Scotch gets so specific, and same thing with bourbons. All these alcohols. The only thing that doesn't get specific, in my opinion, is vodka, because vodka can be everything. Gins, you have different styles. Tequilas, you have different styles. Vodka's there to get you fucked up.
Vodka, you can distill up to like 20 times, even more so
and it tastes the same.
Hey, so
but at the same time, the more times that you distill a spirit, essentially,
the more you strip it down.
You are not only stripping down of the flavor of what it's made from, because let's say that you're making a vodka from potatoes. You distill that 20 times, it's not going to taste anything like a potato.
Well, and then something that I can bring up about Ryan real quick.
But
before Ryan got into bourbon,
hold on, let me ask you a question. Does Ryan shave his chest?
No. I will attest to that. No, and I have never seen his chest.
I'm just curious. Does he shave his chest?
Nah, bro. I got like.
I told you. I
couldn't answer for him
on a good day.
You're good then, Ryan. You fit in.
But no, like something I found out when I first started hanging out with him was before he got into bourbons, he was really into beer. Because he's popped out some crazy beers that he's had.
We've killed in this bottle.
But he's pulled out and shared some killer beers that I've never seen before Mississippi.
It's only 1050.
He was from Pennsylvania, or excuse me, Ryan. I know you're not
West
from
Virginia.
Pennsylvania.
West Virginia.
But you lived up in that area, and you had access to all these really cool, awesome beers that we can't get here.
That's right. You guys mentioned Brooklyn earlier. One of my favorite breweries is Other Half Brewing in Brooklyn, New York. I used to go there every weekend. So put that on your call out list.
But like when it comes to those, really crazy craft beers and all, they're popping up everywhere. And it's something I like to talk about with wine and whiskey. Everything starts off as beer first. Whenever you get into the distillation process, you make a distiller's beer, then it turns into a high wine, and then you have your distillate. So without beer,
you distill.
We wouldn't have the beautiful bourbons that we have, and we wouldn't have these other products that everything always starts off as beer, and that's just so crazy to me. If it wasn't for monks, we wouldn't have this delicious bourbon that we're tasting tonight.
Damn it! I've been doing the history of bourbon.
He pointed out years ago to me, there was a meme that broke down. Okay, would you rather get rid of one of these 4 things on Facebook? All right. One of those things was beer, and it was the other 3 were chicken wings, steak, and something else just absolutely delicious. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I could get rid of beer.
And I popped up. I was like, no, absolutely. You cannot get rid of beer.
You can't.
There's so many other great things that are derived because of beer. So if you break it down, chemically and molecularly.
Molecular.
Thank you. Everything has to start from something and progress to something else. It's the evolution of alcohol. It's the evolution of a good time. It's going to start one place and end at another. So clinky.
So fucking cheers on this shit, dude. We are too Ryan. Ryan, hold your glass up. You're off tomorrow.
Ryan, what are you drinking, man?
I still have some of that Old Forester.
All right,
our Old Forester barrel.
No, he's drinking the 19
barrel strength.
Oh, you're on the barrel.
He's on the barrel strength.
All right, so we're at 2 hours, 12 minutes, and we're gonna keep going.
Hey,
and y'all are staying at the house. Y'all stay at the house. Y'all
no. I know my capabilities.
I know your capabilities too.
I'm not trying to tip off any Gulfport PD.
I've got an Uber home with my dog. I will Uber home. It's okay.
How far away y'all live?
Like 4 miles.
6 miles. Yeah.
Fuck y'all. You're staying home.
No. It's all good.
But anyway.
I promise you. Anyway, continue.
Anywho.
We're going to do promos after this. We're going to do some goofy ass shit after this. We're doing some TikTok. Like Ryan, I'm putting on TikTok videos and shit. It's a lot of fun.
Can I get a hottie toddy for just the day that it was yesterday for the Ole Miss Rebels? Anybody?
Hottie toddy. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
That's all right.
I don't get into sports.
Somebody told me 2 weeks ago, Hobby Lobby. And I said, after today, there ain't no Hobby Lobby. Hottie toddy. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's
All right. Fucking,
game over. All right. We can move on.
Yeah, Ryan can't do this. Is West Virginia's number one.
Yeah,
state
bro.
child.
West Virginia.
Ryan's not getting off.
Mountain
Fuck you,
mama.
Dr. Ryan. You better back the fuck up. You're still in the show.
First of all, I'm not from West Virginia. I'm from Virginia. And
Oh, you just grilled his ass. Ryan, I'm from the Gulf Coast. I'm from Latimer.
Go check.
No, hey, Ryan's
from
always
Latimer.
I've never called him a true Southerner.
I think he is a true Southerner because he's fucking riding or died. Like my phone's charged. He's still online. Dude, he's been on
is excellent. People.
Ryan's been on the fucking phone for an hour.
I told you before we ever called this dude.
He saves lives for he really does save lives.
Oh, and he's one of the best people I know. I mean, besides this guy, he's the first person on call.
Do you know when you have a person like a person like that, like a doctor like that like he saves lives? Like you know
what's the time on that? Let me see.
I mean, no, the time on that is two hours, 50 minutes for him. It's an hour and 50. Yeah.
Ryan, we've been talking to you for 1 minute, 1 hour, 9 minutes,
32 seconds,
34, 5, 6 seconds.
Well,
it's crazy.
Ryan saves lives. Like that's one thing I gotta say about that though is like, but you got to think like when you look at that, like, so my son, like Oliver was premature, Ryan, like, and I got this experience with the emergency, birth. And that was a very like what I respected, like where doctors play their parts. Like that shit's creepy, and you can literally have a glass of bourbon after. I don't even want to know what you go through in a day. Like, I mean, most people go through my social media says I hate my life or my girl hates me. And it's like, you watch people like go through crazy shit in life. Respect to you. Let's cheers to Ryan. Just fucking fighting people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. Ryan, shout out to you on that.
Day.
Man, you guys are too nice.
I'll bring it back down to a level for you, Ryan. I seem to remember at some point in time, you telling me that, oh hell yeah, I got to crack open some dude's chest today.
So I mean, fuck.
Damn it. Doctors get excited when they actually get to use their medicine, and it's not someone coming in with, I had a fever, so I called 911.
Is it like a Pulp Fiction moment?
Is it, Ryan?
Wow.
Yeah, we certainly hope that everybody is well, but when patients come in not well, especially as an ER doctor, it's nice to employ life-saving measures quickly.
The fact y'all have the knowledge and know-how.
So is it true that your favorite TV show is Grey's Anatomy, and that's why you did become a doctor?
Yeah, I've never watched Grey's Anatomy. I guess in the realm of medical drama, I'm more of a house guy.
So like, oh shit.
House.
So, okay. You go house on the you going house?
I don't watch any of that. I haven't watched Grey's Anatomy, Chicago Med. I haven't watched any of that stuff. I'd probably become pretty
fucking emotional. It's so emotional.
No, I don't watch it.
That's all it is.
You know, the other day I was like, I've watched Stranger Things though. Now it's like
I haven't.
You have to. You have to.
It's good.
I'm telling you right now, Chris. I'm telling you right now, you have to because
Jordan. I'm just me personally. Connor could tell you this guy knows that I am not mainstream. Something's happening popularity wise. I'm going against it. That's a problem.
You're wrong.
I'll watch Stranger Things. It really doesn't. That shows it's.
I bought a pizza and it said Stranger Things on the box when I bought it. So that's how I'm.
He's so cool. If it's cool, he's not gonna watch it.
Chris, you gotta watch it. You have to.
Oh, now you're just doubling down on him.
I am.
Never turning.
I'm telling you, no.
It took him 5 years to watch Breaking Bad after it ended.
Do you remember Beetlejuice?
The original?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They keep it in that line. I can tell you by that show. It's so watch it on that line. Like when you really see it, like it's really fucking cool.
Okay. I dig it.
It took me for like season, like the Stranger Things, like the last season, like it took me like a year or two to watch. Like I really was like that to really get into. Like I've done it a few times with Emily, like watching the seasons, and then like the final, like when I started really getting into the season, I was like, okay, respect to like this is actually a good fucking show to watch.
Yeah,
I've only seen the first 2 seasons, so I can't really say.
So go 3 and 4. Like I'm telling you right now, you're like hell yeah. After like this last 4, you're like respect because they keep our 80s and 90s style alive. Like if you've ever watched Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, you've ever watched Hellraiser, you've ever watched any of these fucking shows, like you respect what they've put into it. These brothers do live in our
I miss the 80s, dude.
But that
fucking much.
So watch when they watch it. So you need to start with 1, 2. But like if you're on like 3, 4, like the brothers are same age we are, and they're doing the Freddy Krueger. They're doing that when they end that. I'm not gonna tell y'all. I'm not gonna spoil it. But like, Ron, did you feel it? Did you feel in this last season where you're like, fuck,
good lead up?
Yeah, like hell yeah. Like it was respect.
Good lead up.
Waiting for part 2, that's for sure.
It's June 1. July 1.
Yep.
Sorry.
Correct. July 1.
So I got time to binge. Okay.
Well, fuck you, Connor. You look at weekends at Bernie. Weekends at, is it weekend or
like
weekends?
Bernie.
Weekend.
Like Bernie. Moving like Bernie.
You got to realize that Chris is a Green Bay Packers fan, so we always feel something to prove, you know.
Well, I'm telling you right now, Paul is one of the biggest fans ever. Stranger Things is great, especially with the good, good whiskey. Paul, not fuck Ryan, dude, fuck Ryan.
Bullshit! This dude has been on the phone with us for more than an hour.
I think Ryan.
Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, Ryan wants to be on the phone with us right now.
Is
I love you, Ryan.
100.
Ryan, are you coming on the podcast?
All day.
We'll go live.
It's been a year since me and Connor have been able to be here.
No, I was talking about Paul. How's Paul?
Oh yeah, no, he's in San Jose, California.
He says Stranger Things is great, especially with a good whiskey.
Amen. Anything's
call
great.
Paul if you want to.
Huh?
I love having Ryan
Paul
on here, but
let's call Paul.
I also know that Ryan is dying.
Ryan, we've been on the phone with you for an hour. We love you.
All right, Ryan. Hey, watch the show though. I love you, Ryan, and I got your number. And honestly, I can't wait till you see if I've had hemorrhoids. I love you, Ryan.
Oh my God.
I love you, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, we will hang out and drink bourbon.
I love you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, boys. Take care. Bye.
Yes, sir.
All right. 6. Yeah.
Paul, we're calling you.
This shit going for another hour.
Y'all stand here. Like honestly, if you feel like it's okay, like y'all.
2 minutes.
Like,
2 hours.
Just trust me. Just trust me. Like unless y'all want to Uber, trust me.
I'm not saying
my house is y'all's house.
No, we appreciate that.
I am not saying I'm not trusting you, but this is. I love it. I love it, dude. I love being here.
Nobody's driving.
Jordan.
Nobody's driving.
Nobody's driving.
Yeah, send me the. I got the first.
Legally speaking, yeah.
No, you're not. You're not. I will fucking stab you if you do. No, I love people. No, you don't understand. Like when I tell you, I really do love people. Like y'all are fucking fascinating to me.
Hey guys.
Oh, Paul! Woo! We are 2 minutes and 23 seconds in to this entire podcast, Paul.
You mean 2 hours and 20? Yeah, I've been watching y'all since the beginning.
Dude,
hey, Paul, can I take a piss? And I gotta smoke my vape. I'll be back.
Go for it.
Yeah, sure, man.
We're still on the phone with you, though, Paul. How you doing, brother?
Good talking to you guys, man.
Absolutely, man.
I'm doing all right. How are y'all?
And doing fantastic.
My God, dude. I miss you, man.
Ditto, bro.
I'm
coming back to Mississippi in a couple of weeks. At least I'm planning to.
Good people, dude.
I gotta swing by and say hello to you guys.
Hell yeah. You know, you're always welcome at the casa, man.
I
Got
cannot-
spare bedroom for you.
I cannot understate how awesome of a dude you are. Okay.
Dude, thank you.
Well, it's all I can do, right?
Yeah, you're not a bad guy yourself, man. I gotta say, I enjoy it when I get to spend time with you, and obviously Connor's one of my oldest friends, one of my best friends.
Amen.
So I love you guys.
Hey, you're good people. It was whenever he was first telling me, your screen tag. I was like, who the hell is that? It sounds like somebody I would know, but
right? Yeah, I don't have many bourbons at the house. I'm more of a Scotch guy, but I'm pulling out. Where is it? I got an old bottle of Woodford up here that I'm going to pour just in this occasion.
Hell yeah, man! That sounds good to me.
Well, but at the same time, if you want to pour anything you feel like that you enjoy more so than bourbon, that's all it's all about.
I've had this bottle of Woodford since I bought it at 27th Avenue Package Store.
Wow.
From Connor, and I think I've got 3/4 of a bottle left. You can tell how often I drink bourbon, but
well, I haven't visited you in since you've been out in California. So I mean, that's a
you need to though. The cork is the cork is damaged. I'm about to lose it.
Oh no, you can filter that shit out. It'll be all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
But no, that I'm not going to say what I want to say, but let's just say that in July, August, my financial situation is going to be a little bit better finally. And so
nice.
I might actually be able to fly out and come see and hang out in your place, which I've wanted to do for the past 4 years.
We need to make that happen because, there's I love California. I say that first before I say anything else. It's got its unique character, and
there it is.
It's not New Orleans, of course, and it's not Mississippi, it's not Hattiesburg, but there's some fun stuff to do out here, and I'd love to show you around.
Absolutely. And then the other thing, I don't know if I even had a chance to tell you this yet, but I became a season ticket holder this year for.
Hey,
yeah, I heard.
If you happen to make it out for a game, I'd love to take you.
That'd be amazing, dude. I got to see how that works. I'm sure you've heard about Dad. Maybe not everything about Dad, but I don't want to bring the podcast down, but I'll probably be coming out more often. Or at least as often as I can.
Why are you bringing it down, dude? You ain't
bringing nothing down.
Oh no. Well, it's part of life, and I love your dad so much, and I hate that things are going downhill for him. But that's such his life,
We love you, Paul.
Yeah.
All right, Milton's cool.
All day.
How close to 90 is your dad now?
He turns 91 next month.
Dude, holy shit, really?
And
my grandma just
can I have him on the podcast? That'd be fucking dope.
It would be, but his mind isn't where it used to be.
So Paul, let me tell you something right now. I've been in the metaverse for a while, and one of my good friends in the metaverse is called put him up right now. Is what was it, Don Preston? If you look him up, he did the score for Apocalypse Now. He is.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Fuck Preston. You didn't know he is. He's pull him up.
Don Preston.
No. What? Don Preston. Just pull up Don Preston.
Yeah, Don Preston.
He's 89 years. He's 89 years old.
Okay. All right. I mean, I know the Apocalypse Now, and he worked with Frank Zappa. Okay.
No, that's his group. That's him. Yeah, that's Don Preston.
Yeah. Okay.
So Paul does his due diligence. I cannot deny this. Paul is a phenomenal human being, and he does his due diligence.
But no, what I tell you though is say Frank Zappa, he got it. Yeah. So he researched it. Like literally, that's Don. That is Don. Don's 89, lives in LA, and Don's like literally one of the coolest fuck. Huh?
What?
You've never heard of?
I'll bet, man.
Don Preston though, he really did the underscore piano. He's a pianist. He's he's 90 years old.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, he played with Frank Zappa. He had to be damn good.
Yeah, no.
And we've heard his stuff. If we've listened to Zappa, we've heard his stuff. That's awesome, man.
But that is when I'm in the metaverse with my headset. I'm hanging out with that dude.
I blame you.
Awesome, bro.
It's fucking cool though. Like, and he's like tells me he's like, I'm 89. Like, I still do tennis. I have a Chevy Volt. Like, he lives in LA and has a Chevy Volt. Like, he's my buddy. Like, Don is like,
nice.
And I had no idea who Don was. He goes, look me up, and I pulled him up. I'm like, holy fuck, he's done 20 scores for movies. Like,
that's badass.
But he's like, I'm 89. He's just like, I know people say like I'm getting older. He said, but my brain still is not. He's like, I'm not older. Like, and that's like something I respect about that dude. I don't know. Just respect you out of fucking
badass.
Yeah, like if
it's funny, it's funny who you meet when you're out doing stuff with folks and when you're out living around. I live out in here in Silicon Valley, which is where I work. And I ran into somebody.
You're a tech nerd. You are a tech genius. Fucking
I'm
right.
not a genius, but I work out here in Silicon Valley. And I was out at a bar and I ran into a woman named Karen Lawson. Her father invented her father invented the removable cartridge video game.
No.
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
Jerry Lawson.
Okay.
He's the guy. He's the first guy to come up with removable cartridge video games. I sat and had drinks with his daughter.
So did Atari fuck him over?
So he created what's called the Channel F, the Fairchild Channel F, and every video game that has a removable cartridge, that was the first one that was ever created in 1975, I think.
That was
1977, something like that. And then Channel F wasn't successful.
Let's stop the show real quick. Let's stop the show.
I was
Connor. Is this Paul?
Yeah, it's Paul.
Yeah,
it's like for me. It's like unlocking a fucking golden gun.
Oh, no,
I got his phone number. He done fucked up because I'm gonna make a lot of money with this fucker. He just unlocked a golden gun. Woo! No. Hey, Kathy and Susie's kids. You met Paul? Wait till you see our merch. Hey, Paul, look at our website, our brand. So
right.
we don't want to put our brand. We don't want to put our brand on our faces. So we've been in the Coliseum. Like, we do our merch, and we do, like, me and Matt get kind of uncomfortable. Like, we're just us being stupid. But we have we have a merchandise. It's called crawfishandbeer.com. Crawfishandbeer.com. We own .com.
Sir.
Search it. But we are, yeah, we sell these hats, and we sell like most of our hats, like the hat I'm wearing right now. It's the new rocket hat that after this podcast, I got to make for Connor and Chris, and I'll make one for you. But I make I went to Full Sail, so I make.
Bring your ass back to Gulfport.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
my best friend teaches there. One of my other oldest friends teaches at Full Sail.
These fucking nerds. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not one of them.
Drew Garraway, shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not.
Sorry. Cheers again.
I'm not even.
Just let me live with it.
I'm not even gonna lie.
No, but I'm listening. So you're making you make hats and you make merch. Keep talking, man. I'm listening.
But no, it's not. So when we do, so let Chris look.
No, I was just. All I was just going to say was, Paul, you're what, 2-3 hours behind us as far as
9:16 here.
Right. So it's not 9:00. Did you hear that?
My brother Michael owns. He's a producer at Media Mobile in Sacramento.
It is damn near midnight here in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Another 45 minutes.
Yep.
Okay. That's the beautiful thing about the differentiate. Damn it. I can't say it.
No,
The internet.
fuck that, dude. I get so
Differentiation.
hell yeah.
Differentiation.
So I gotta take this time to look at my camera. Y'all have your own camera. See this camera? This is y'all's camera. All right. This is my camera. Hey, you know what? Look at you. Hey, hold on a second. We're getting fucked. Hey, we're getting fucked up, but we're having a good time. If you want to judge, go fuck yourself and figure something out in life. Honestly, literally find better ideas.
But no,
Maybe watch TV.
But no, just to talk about Paul real quick. Like I said, he's one of my oldest friends.
Sorry, Paul.
I've known this kid since we
Good
were 8
people.
years old. And just about every bad idea, bad decision I've ever had, he's been in there, and he's been there to save my ass too. But
Hey, I've had plenty of my own bad ideas with you.
absolutely, and it's been fantastic. But no, he's one of the people that I've always just admired, because when Paul sets his mind to do something, he does it. And same thing with Chris. I gave Chris shit
Who's that
70
guy?
years ago. He told me that I was trying to get him to go to a Saints game with me. He's like, I want my first NFL game to be at Lambeau Field. And I was, because he's a Green Bay Packer fan. I was like, that's a ridiculous rule to put on yourself. But sure enough, 3 years later, I'm driving up to Wisconsin with this guy.
Fucking right, dude. Cheers. Hey, you know what?
We made it happen.
And so
we made it happen.
And Paul's the same way. Paul took
No, Paul, you better cheer right now. Like, I swear to God,
I
you
am
better cheer.
cheering.
Paul,
I'm cleaning my screen with my Scotch glass.
So
Paul
that has Woodford in
is a
it.
phenomenal motherfucker.
So like, Paul helped me have one of the best experiences of my life back in 2008. He
All
took
day.
me and my at that time girlfriend.
Real motherfucker.
skydiving.
Paul's a real motherfucker.
He's a real G.
dude.
Yeah,
Wait.
fucking dude's real.
Dude, if this dude was in this room right now,
Oh shit! I clicked some other button.
is
Sorry.
he still there?
I don't know. Figure it out.
Paul?
Sorry.
It's black. The screen's black now.
He said
fuck
the
you,
screen's
Paul.
black.
I've been drinking. Look. I have
There we go.
There we go.
Hey, go fuck yourself, Paul.
Hey, man, I'm just letting you know.
Fuck you, Paul.
But he took me. He gave me the incredible experience to go skydiving. It's the only time I've ever gone skydiving.
I still have
And
never.
One of the things you can say about skydiving is it is the most fun you can have if your pants on. It
Yeah.
truly is. It's just deciding to exit a perfectly good airplane at 15,000 feet and hope that this parachute is going to save your life as you're just flying infinitely to the earth. It was such a surreal experience, and I got to share that with this guy. And that's just like one of the many tales I could regale from me and Paul just hanging out. And like, we've met rock stars together. We've hung out with really just awesome people. I remember when he got to move to New Orleans. Whenever Paul was 18, he joined the Army, and he went to West Point Military Academy in New York, this prestigious honor.
Yeah.
And I've always been, just proud to call him friend.
What if I told you right now that Paul has chlamydia?
I would tell you that
He would laugh equally.
Sorry.
I'm the second to know, I guess, or the third. I don't know. This is news to me.
But
Fuck.
like, by the time that he was 18, we've been friends for a decade, and then he moved off to New York, and so finally he ended up moving to New Orleans for a few years, and it was the closest we've lived to each other in our adult lives. And we made up for lost time, just going to concerts, hanging out, partying, and just drinking excessive amounts of delicious beer and alcohol. Him having
Oh God. That was like $2,000 light you just broke. But it's kind of cool. Hey, Paul, check this shit out.
Yeah.
The light's better now. He just fucking smashed on the aperture light. Fucking dope. No, don't turn it on. Leave it. I like it. No, fucking leave it. Let's be intimate. Don't turn it on.
There you
Just
go.
walk away.
It's intimate lighting.
Yeah, I'm just
Beautiful.
This is what
It's romantic
happens when Chris
lighting.
tries to keep
Actually,
up
Paul,
drinking with me.
yeah, Paul fucking knows what the fuck's up. Also, you know what I had to figure out in life?
3 hours.
This is what happens when you try to keep up with me.
Actually, so they've been doing a 3-hour podcast with us, or me, and
The proverbial us.
should we start a clothing line? Should we wear I have yoga pants? I don't know.
Hell yeah, yoga pants.
Okay,
Sure, that wouldn't be awful at all.
Bourbon and beards on some fine chick's booty.
dude, I didn't know Paul.
Hell yeah, dude.
I didn't know Paul had a Tesla.
I don't. I have a Harley, but not a Tesla.
Dad, respect, then. Respect.
But like I said, I've known this guy.
I want a Tesla. Those things are rockets, dude. Like you stomp on the gas and there's no spin up time. It just goes 0 to 100. Like boom.
My uncle has a Tesla, and I got to test drive it, and it gives you whiplash. It
does.
It is nuts. But no, like I said, this is one of the few people in my life that I can call for any reason.
Do you know
and he'll be there.
with Paul though?
Yeah.
Paul, like when fucking Chris is back, like we're gonna do cheers.
Sounds good.
And we're closing out the live podcast because it's been an epic night. Guys,
Yeah.
we're gonna keep partying. How do you say the word party?
Partying.
PARTY. Why? Because I gotta.
Well, fuckers, at least I live this life. And people
Hell yeah.
actually want to have a conversation with me.
But no, like
Dude,
Jordan's
it's
just
been fun. I've just been glad to be part of this. I've enjoyed watching you guys. I really appreciate you having me on and chatting with me.
So how can they find you, Paul?
You know,
How can they follow you, Paul? How can they find you?
so I'm on Facebook. That's really about it. I don't do a whole lot of public social media stuff, but I'm on Facebook, and I guess I'm on LinkedIn too.
Drop it. Dude, drop
Yeah.
you have to do the
Yeah.
full drop. Drop all your links. Drop it right now.
All right, I'm dropping it in the chat.
No, drop it in person though, like because they're not like if they want to view it, like you gotta do both.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Paul Waldoff, Waldoff, not the R. That's the hotel people, and we're not related. I'm on Facebook. I'm the only Paul Waldoff on Facebook, and I'm pretty easy to find.
Hey, and like I said, he's just solid dude. I love to call him my brother because we are.
Actually, fuck that. I call him my brother too. And
Hey,
if you don't follow him, don't follow our fucking podcast. Go fuck yourself. Go find some other journey to do in your life.
But no, and
Hey, I'm not that interesting. You guys follow this podcast.
No, don't say that. Go fuck yourself.
It is.
Follow people that work hard. Fuck you.
I did earlier. Yeah, follow people that work hard.
and that is definitely all of us. And Paul, like I said,
Hell yeah.
my brother, we definitely need to catch up sometime.
Sure.
Because I still haven't forgot about that little side project we were working on, and I'm going to get my computer up and running to where I can actually join you on.
Hey, hold
Awesome.
up. All right. Before we close out, I want to know this in the comments. I want you to write in the comments. I want y'all two to pick one movie, and then I want our guest, Patrick, to pick one movie, and then I want to pick one movie, and I want our listeners to make a rule. We're doing a fucking rule next week. Probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday if I fucking figure it out, but pick out. I want our listeners to pick one movie. So y'all pick up y'all pick one movie.
Why are you watching me?
Y'all pick one movie.
The movie I want people to watch.
No. You get huddle with your boy. Patrick, you pick a movie.
Paul, not Patrick.
Oh shit, Paul.
Paul.
It's all right.
Paul Waldoff.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. The apostle, not the saint.
The apostle.
Be dyslexic and just give a fuck. Because I'm fucking very dyslexic. It's a fucking.
Oh yeah,
I want to say lucky number
That's all good.
11.
All right,
that's a good one.
that's a
good
fucking
one.
amazing movie. You know, fuck Harmon.
Maybe
Harmon's
Inglourious
a
Basterds for
badass.
me.
Fuck everybody. Fuck them.
Well, look,
Yeah, maybe Inglorious Bastards for me.
Well, yeah, okay, bad
that's a
Jew.
good one.
All right.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The
Yeah.
bad Jew.
What's yours?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I will give I will literally give, and I don't know if we can see this, but this is the firework hat people want. Here, give it to them.
Pew. Pew. You see that? Everybody?
No. I don't, it's lights off. Lights off. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Looks like dynamite.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
Okay.
fire-
Dynamite.
Yeah, you get, God damn, this is a fucking amazing lie. This is the best. This is the best law podcast I've had. Go fuck yourself. Write a book.
Well, the fact that Paul is 2-3 hours behind us.
2 hours behind us.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Fuck daylight savings. But that helps out the farmers.
Paul, what if I get a
You know
tramp
what I'm
stamp?
saying?
What if I get a tramp stamp?
Well, he.
I mean, you know, to each their own, I guess.
As long as it's a target, right?
Yeah, to each their own, I guess.
Kind of keep it safe. We're safe now. Fucking. Anyways,
Paul, you are genuinely phenomenal people. I miss you.
You too, Chris, man. Miss you too.
I miss you 100%.
let me tell you something. No, fuck you. It's my show. It's my
Talk
show.
to me, Jordan.
No.
Do it.
I just
This is 100% local. This is
100% real.
Jordan Duran.
Connor.
You highlight 100% of the entire Gulf Coast. I admire you because of that. The entire Mississippi Gulf Coast, that's you. You highlight them, you show them, you tell them the entire story, front to back,
Damn it.
top to bottom.
No, that's what are you talking about?
This is what happens when Chris gets drunk. He wants to express his love to everybody.
Damn it. Are you really?
It happened.
He's an affectionate dude.
Anyways, let's go into this saying respect to Chris and Connor and the podcast we had.
Watch Lucky Number 11.
Jordan, you
Thanks
Jordan
for joining
Duran,
us.
you are phenomenal. You are.
Here's to y'all.
Talk to it, Paul.
No, here's to y'all.
But thank you.
You know, I'm glad I got to be on the podcast. Glad I got to meet you, Jordan. Glad I got to chat with you, Connor, Chris. Always good to talk with you. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, brother. Love and miss you. We'll talk soon.
You are phenomenal people, Paul.